Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Kindred Lists. And we're off to a great start already, everybody. We're so glad that you're joining us tonight for episode 11 right here, Proficiency Bonus. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful Dungeon Master for the evening. We're so happy that you're here. We do have a couple quick shout-outs that we want to throw out to Twitch, Streamlabs, Team MZ, Many-Sided Dice, and our good friends over at Little Dragon Corp. It looks like the competition has already started in the chat. Well, it seems like we've got a lot of positive things going on in the chat already.
Yeah.
So,
Positive energy right there.
team building exercises, yes, as we prepare for our D&D adventure tonight. If you type in Little Dragon in the chat, you'll get a quick link to their storefront where you can purchase some really cool RPG related gear and awesome dice. And you can use that coupon code that you see in the chat, Pro Bonus, and get 10% off of your order. So head on over there and tell them we sent you. Quick recap. Last week, Callista finally confronted a member of the Horncrow, or a member of the Horncrow family. Probably, I don't know, Lucian probably wasn't a family member, but probably hired on as staff.
Hired on.
And they had a serious battle take place just outside of the Dumpster Fire Ranch, just north of Waterdeep, where Lucian tried his best, confidently, to stand his ground against our heroes, but was overtaken. And Callista got a little taste of revenge as she squeezed the life from Lucian. And I think Molfin went ahead and just put everybody out of their misery as well. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Yes. Because
after Diana
Healed
lied
them.
to them and said they would all be safe.
She healed them, like, don't worry, this is
I
fine.
had
And
every
then
intention. Every intention of keeping them safe. It was y'all.
Well, after that was done, Molfin was able to send a message to Mr. Robert Horncrow, would be Callista's grandfather, letting him know that they wanted to basically meet up and somewhere outside of the city. And Lord Horncrow replied, give me a time and a place. And then that's kind of where we left it, as you guys were trying to discuss. I think you guys were moving outside of the city, trying to find a location for this. And then we're going to, I guess, communicate back with him and give him that information. So that is where we're going to start tonight. And so the story is told. One thing that I'm not going to roleplay out before we begin, Sarah, unfortunately, will not be here these next 2 weeks. So we are going to have, Ashlyn is going to go on a mission, because it seems like it's been kind of like a month or a month and a half out of game. You guys have been without your griffins, as they've been at the monastery for quite a while now. I mean, in game it probably hasn't been that long, but out of game it seems like it's been forever. So Ashlyn has decided we need to go get the griffins because maybe they can help us with this. And she just basically starts sprinting off in the direction of the Waterdeep forest and heading that way. And I would like to thank Derek for being here, as he is going to step in and guest star on the show for these 2 weeks that Sarah is gone. So thank you, Derek, for being here. We're excited to have you.
Of course, anytime.
I
Also
have
afraid
conflicting
of-
feelings about this.
What do you
And I'm
mean?
so angry right now.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm so excited.
Can't guarantee you'll be here for 2 weeks, Derek.
It's okay. I've got another character in this world too. I can just level them up.
As you guys...
And if it happens what Kristy thinks is going to happen, if she doesn't one-shot you, Molfin will turn you to ash right afterwards. So
As you guys are making your
we'll try
way...
to play nice.
Welcome. Yeah.
Welcome, yes. Welcome.
I love you, Derek. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I love you so much.
Oh, thank you guys. It's great to be here. Oh, we're going to disintegrate you. So
Remember all the fun we had at Gen Con? Yeah, this isn't going to be like that.
I mean, this character's already died once, so it's fine. I'm used to it.
Ouch!
Oh,
I
Michael.
still feel bad about that. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah. Well,
It's a-
you know,
That
the
hurt.
dice rolls,
It's a,
man.
yeah,
Dice rolls.
Dice rolls. That was crazy. That was a crazy time. Anyway, moving on. As you guys are making your way, Ashland departing, heading back to the Waterdeep Forest. You guys notice there is a figure walking towards you.
Where's this figure coming from?
Coming from it'd be the southeast direction. As you guys are moving out past the fields into some light foliage, you can see along seems like a trail through the woods, an individual walking alone. He's
Through the woods?
yeah, kind of through light woods. Yeah.
This is one of those adventurers the statue sent. Send your bravest.
Yeah, they would be coming from the south, would they not? Oh, bloody hell. It's already. It should have taken them at least another day or two to get here.
You may all make perception
Please tell me
checks.
We're not going to kill more
I would like
people.
to- Perception check,
Diana,
please.
please tell me we're not going to kill more people.
We've already
If they're
done our
coming
quota.
to kill me, they're going to die.
Well done. Very nice. Lachlan, good?
Okay.
Oh, was that supposed to be from the whole party? Because
Yeah, you can.
my roll 20 is
I
not
was going to say I could see
lowering
it
right now.
roll, and then Kristy roll, and then Callista rolled.
Okay, well, you guys all roll high enough to see what's coming. Derek, will you please describe what they see coming up this trail?
Sure. At a distance, probably the first thing you notice is his cloak, which is black with like kind of like tendrils hanging off of it. For anybody that knows what a displacer cloak looks like, that's what it is. So it's got like little displacer beast tentacle thingies. But that's probably the first thing that you all notice. Along his back, he also has a sword that is quite big. It stretches off over his shoulder blade is a scimitar's blade, and out the left side of his back, also another scimitar blade that seemed to be connected on in the middle of the hilt. But he is also a silver dragonborn. Walking towards you has like a frill of things going down the back of his head, and it's kind of just like looking around. It seems to be looking for something. He's walking towards you.
I mean, it's only one.
Actually,
I mean,
you guys are pretty impressed with the wardrobe of this individual. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That's
These
yeah,
are like,
this,
Yeah.
we would know that these are like.
That cloak is.
I wave.
Look at the
Question: would
weapon,
we
though.
know
If
what
we
a
could
displacer beast is? Have we dealt with one before? I don't think we have.
You might have heard of them. I don't think you guys have ever like come across one.
Right.
But you've probably heard of them.
Is it fair to assume that we can tell that at least he's magically packing?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh
Can
god,
I get
I'm
in
not
on that?
good.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not good at that, so please.
He also looks unnaturally buff, if that matters also.
So he's physically packing.
Yes.
Molfin, you're pretty sure that cloak this guy's wearing is magical. You would know from some of the books that you've read that that creature is innately magical. So anything probably harvested from it or made from it would probably also carry similar properties.
Lachlan, if you can get that cloak off of him, make him an Andy.
I think I'm actually blurry too because of this cloak.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Seeing him, actually.
it's strange. It's like he like almost like shifts a little bit or blurs occasionally as you guys are watching him.
How much did I drink
Yeah.
last night?
I kind of
Not enough.
It's kind of like when
Trust me,
it's kind of like
this
the way
has a-
I see when I take one of my contact lenses out.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
you know, it's
That is a struggle.
it is.
All right, let's see what this person
I
wants.
suppose. Yes, perhaps one of you should make first contact if he's here for me.
I'll just go.
Waving.
I don't.
I've been waving.
Oh, so
Yeah, I'm gonna
Diana's like
follow
jumping up
Diana.
and waving in the road.
Yeah.
As soon as I see that, I smile and wave also, very enthusiastically.
All right.
Look, he's friendly. And I start marching on over.
I'm right behind Diana, letting her engage by
Yeah,
herself.
Molfen is falling right behind and keeping a spell prepared just in case.
Oh god.
Nothing too horrible. Banishment.
Remember when you pulled out Anastasia?
Nothing.
No, someone to stick him in a
Nothing to
box
hurt.
for a few minutes.
Stick him in a box. Okay. Silver. As you're approaching, it seems like a upbeat half elf is making her way towards you with bounce in her step, followed by a camaraderie of individuals.
Oh, hello, good day.
Hello. Good day. How's it going?
Oh, you know, it's going okay. I just doing a little traveling.
What was it?
Doing a little traveling.
Alright.
I'm currently looking for
traveling.
someone. So,
Who are you looking for?
an old friend of mine. I seem to have lost him in Yartar, and I don't know where he went.
Okay, I give
Little-
Molten
little-
a look like.
Look, he's a little kobold fellow. It's very
Oh,
hard to miss.
kobold.
Purple. You haven't seen him by chance, have you?
I don't think so. But
No,
good luck on your travels, I guess. Bye, Callista.
We have no.
I'm gonna-
I
Callista,
feel like
yeah,
I've been
never seen him.
like drawn towards this location for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Did a statue tell you about it? Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, let's not
No.
give him ideas.
Does the statues talk to you often?
No, not so much. It's a long story. Might be worth a mug of ale sometime.
Where,
all right.
You said you lost him in Yartar. Why all the way down here?
Like I said, I was drawn in this direction, so I was also
Do you-
looking for.
Do you have something of his?
I don't think so. Let me look. I don't think I do not. The last thing I remember was we were in a sewer and then black until I woke up at the docks.
In
Without
Waterdeep or?
No, in
Yartar.
Yartar.
Yarder?
Yartar, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
I think we know that sewer.
And I think we know what caused it. Gee, if only we had stayed and dealt with the giant deathfish when we had the chance.
Deathfish? What is this about a deathfish?
Its name is Slethrockle. It is a kraken that has, shall we say, emissaries in Yartar that like to mess with people's minds.
I do not remember anything like a kraken.
You wouldn't. That's the purpose.
But sure.
We also fought an aboleth there, didn't we?
Yes, and the aboleth was working for the kraken.
Yeah, but we killed the obelisk.
Interesting.
Well,
But I'm also supposed to be looking for a group that is supposed to be able to help me find Vix, which is the aforementioned kobold.
A
Oh,
legendary
yeah,
group, huh?
I was just told group, but sure. If that's
Told by who?
I have a friend that speaks to me sometimes.
And who is this friend?
I do not know.
Can I insight check this individual?
Sure.
Kristy knows.
Sure. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I hate this.
All right, Kristy, you know my
I watched
backstory, so
I hate this so much.
what am I rolling here, Michael?
You're rolling nothing.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's an 11.
He seems to be being straight up with you.
Legit.
He's,
So you have a friend that speaks to you. Told you to find a group to help you find Vix.
you know, Derek, just to let you know, if I say that to somebody, they make me an appointment with a psychiatrist.
It's funny you say that because literally, Molfin looks over at Callista and goes, Zephyrus.
If it helps, they only speak to me in Draconic. Don't know if that matters to you,
Clown.
but I think they wanted me to find you four. Yes, 4.
We were in the newspaper, so it's not surprising.
We're kind of a big deal, just to let
Okay.
you know.
Oh,
Oh, it's,
I mean,
that's perfect. You will definitely be able to help me find
we
Vix.
have a lot
Wolfen-
on our plate. I'm not
Wolfen
sure
grabs
we
the
have
paper and
time
turns
for
it
this.
around.
How about we make a trade? I help you, and you help me. I think that sounds like a great plan.
All right, what are your skills?
How could you help us?
I am a very good fighter.
it's got a pointy thing.
I take my sword out, and you see where the blades connect to the hilts. They have a dragon's maw on each side that like open up like this. That like is exuding a blade, and also there is a faint cold mist that like comes off of it. I'm pretty good with this thing. I can also make it disappear. Not make it disappear.
vanishes.
Make it reappear.
I can make items disappear too sometimes. I like you.
I can only make this disappear at this is the only one I can do though. I can do other things. Just can't do it a lot during the day. Well, I can only do it so many times during the day, so I like to conserve some of the abilities that I can do. If I'm sure you all understand.
Magic.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Got All right.
Oh, I will minor illusion a face of Vix. I forgot I have minor illusion.
You guys see a adorable, cute little purple kobold.
Is that who you're looking for?
Vix. Yes, this is my friend, and I would like to have him back.
Oh, well,
All right,
hopefully
well-
we find him.
Well,
We sort of have.
I can't
couple of
guarantee
things to
that
go.
we're gonna find your friend. We have a lot on our plate. We are dealing with some big problems, and no offense, I don't know you. I don't know this Vix person. I understand he's important to you. But we have a long list, and he's kind of at the bottom now.
I mean, that's understandable. He's at the top of my
He
list,
needs help.
but
I know he needs help, Diana, but like we have gods to deal with. We don't really have time for this.
that is a big
But he was directed here by,
By who?
what was it
A
again?
voice.
It was a whispering.
A draconic voice.
yes.
Who do
A
we know that has a
voice. He was
draconic
directed by
voice
a
that likes
voice.
to
It could
talk to
very well
people?
be God. So,
The guy that gave us an airship that we blew up.
The one that talks to Ashlyn all the time.
Molfin will look at Calliston in Primordial, say,
why does he do that?
If we are meeting with your grandfather tomorrow, cannon fodder would not be unwelcome. Of course we will assist you, and oh, you died in place of one of us. It's a win-win. If he survives, then hey, we see if we can aid him, but...
Derek, does Silver have primordial as a language?
Nope.
Okay.
I wish he did.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Not necessarily cannon fodder, but I suppose having extra help with this could be beneficial. I just... Fine. I say in common, fine. Come along. Fine. Come along. But we are not making any promises here.
That is fine. I understand. Like I said, I think I was drawn to you all, and I think you will be able to help me.
Yeah, of course we can. But don't we have to do something first? That thing with the
Yes, we are going to that
family.
place now.
We're dealing with family drama first. Let's go find a place to set up camp, get some rest, figure out a game plan, figure out where exactly we want to lure them, and go from there.
And then take ourselves a long rest, so
And
we
send
can
them
plan.
out. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are kind of moving out into the wilderness. Is that what you guys are planning on doing?
Yeah, basically just heading out, I think
Yeah, I think
said
we're
east of
going
Waterdeep, right?
East. Yeah, east of Waterdeep.
Sure.
Just like an hour east.
An hour east? Okay.
Yeah.
A nice little, somewhat wooded, like Copsey area where there's a little bit of cover for those who want to, hide and pop out and shoot with their bow or
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
things of that nature.
Yeah, you guys move like an hour travel. I'd say you guys probably move like 3 or 4 miles outside into the wilderness, and you find a spot that you feel like would be beneficial. There's enough open space that people don't get too hindered by the environment, but also can take advantage of what is there. And it's still probably midday-ish by this point. So you guys have plenty of time to plan. You can probably rest up here. I mean, nobody other than you guys really knows that you're here.
As we're walking out, as we're getting closer to this location, Mulfin's sort of gonna hang back a little by this Dragonborn
Okay.
after grabbing the newspaper from Lachlan and just flip it over to the back to show him the wanted ad.
Okay.
Just a fair warning. Some of these people are welcome places. Others are...
And hold it up so you can see the caricature.
Yeah. There's
Wait,
this.
who is this of?
It looks like Mulfin, but it looks like it's dramatically drawn and rendered to look even more evil. So like
Picture KOTOR 2 all the way dark side.
Okay.
yeah, basically
So it's literally you
Mulfin,
took that
there's
image-
extra shading around his eyes, with like almost like cross hatching going on to make him look like he's like sick and twisted. And then, you got all this like craziness going on, and it's really darkly printed to make him look like he's like consumed by shadow and stuff. So yeah.
That looks a lot like you. Do you have a twin or something?
It is me.
Whoever drew it was very bad at drawing then.
Oh, they
Doesn't look
staunch
exactly.
believer in the Lord's Alliance. Shall we say, dumb.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Silver.
Solar. Callista.
I'm a Silver Dragonborn. So Callista? I'm gonna just look between
Diana.
everybody. Diana.
Hey.
Hello.
I suppose you can call me Mulfin.
Mulfin. Just gonna look at the other person that hasn't answered.
Oh yeah, Lachlan.
Lachlan, the legendary at your service.
the legendary Lachlan. Okay.
At your service. Mhm.
It's nice to meet all of you. Always more room for more friends.
Healthy
gonna-
attitude. We don't get a lot of that around here.
Oh, sweet.
I'm gonna set up a hallucinatory terrain when we get to our position, so it hides our view. So anyone that looks, it just looks like a normal area with no people in it.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, hey, I can do that trick too.
You can.
Yes, it's one of the abilities I have.
Are you of nature focus?
Nope.
Interesting.
I was a hunter of sorts before I started adventuring with another group.
Ah, okay. I see. Interesting.
The Dragonborn scout, huh?
Oh,
I wasn't really a scout. I'm not super good at being quiet because I'm so big.
Sounds like
But-
somebody else.
I was
We knew
good
someone
at
like that.
killing things.
all right. Well, what's the plan here? Are we getting them to come directly to us tomorrow? Just come, stay here and set up?
And yes, that was my thought. If we take a rest beforehand,
Mm.
and if we have enough time to prepare after awaking, I can create an effect over a 2,500 square foot area
Okay.
to cause problems for any group he brings with him.
What kind of problems are we talking about? Is this going to be problematic for the rest of us or just them?
We can do such things as place a suggestion for them to leave their weapons to the side and continue along. That will affect anyone who comes within this small section of the area. I can create the area and have it completely enshrouded in mist and fog. I would say I could close all the doors or make all the stairways difficult to traverse, but we are outside, so it's not as much use there.
Okay.
Unless, of course, somebody can build us an entire estate overnight, in which case, hey, we have some play there.
I could probably do something as an earth elemental to kind of like build us some terrain. If we want to funnel them.
It is up to you. It's just one option. It would use one of my more potent spells for the day, though.
Okay. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, I guess getting them to lay down arms early would be beneficial. I'm not sure. I've been gone for so long, I'm not sure how much magic capabilities his lackeys have now, but Lucian was definitely a lot more powerful than I ever remember him, so it makes me a little bit nervous for the rest.
You have no need to be nervous. You have us with you.
That's right.
You haven't met Boris.
We're about to.
Now, I'm going to ask this because I know for the most part, some of us attempted to stay out of your melee with Lucian yesterday.
Yeah.
This morning. Only has been a few hours. It feels like forever ago. If this Boris individual is here and you and him are going at it, should we do the same and let you deal with it, or are the kid gloves off and he dies under any...
I will say let me deal with him first. And if you see me struggling, if you see me breaking, back me up.
Define breaking. I have seen you fall to the ground almost unconscious and not break.
You'll know. Yes, Silver, do you have a question?
Well, I was realizing that I have a very good ability to make people not be able to move. Quite a lot of people too.
That is a wonderful ability to have.
Yes.
Oh.
That's very helpful. That could work.
I think up to 6 people.
I'm not sure how many he'll
No,
be coming
5.
with.
Sorry, I can't
but
count.
I guess more the better.
If you
Focus
can
on the
catch some of
fat
them,
one.
I can catch.
The fat one.
You'll know him when you see him.
Okay. I can also make it very dark in a small radius.
We don't need that so much. I can do that too.
I can also breathe a lot of... He's just going to go through all of his abilities.
She just listens because, just list off what you have because Callista will be listening for potential ideas.
As Silver regurgitates his character sheet in front of everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can make people disappear for as long as I continue concentration. I have banishment. I have Cone of Cold. Silver will go into more detail about these, but I'm just gonna, for time's sake, I have Circle of Death, Cone of Cold, Hold Monster, Illusionary Terrain, Tongues, Fly, Dispel Magic, Darkness, Hold Person.
So you could speak Primordial if you chose to.
I could, yes, but I didn't do that, no.
Okay.
So you just tell me where you all want me, and I will try to accommodate as best I can.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm very good with this, and I point to my sword.
Muffin, to answer your question, honestly, I don't know. But he has conditioned me over years to submit. And even though I was defiant most of my life, he made that defiance painful. This is going to be painful. And I'm not just talking about drawing blood. So if you see me break, if you see me falter in a way that isn't me, take him down, if I can't.
Muffin will just nod his head.
That's my end goal. He needs to end. Whether I do it, I would prefer to do it for my own sake, but I'm well aware that I might not have the choice.
And we shall see what the morning brings.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the meantime, it's about time I sent that fat reject his message.
I mean, grandfather's not that fat.
I would just like to point out that I've seen him more recently than you have.
Oh.
Trying on him.
Fair point. Maybe he's gained weight. I don't know. Grandfather's another problem. I'm not scared of him. He's just a soulless monster. I have no fear for him.
He is after me.
Yeah.
He will regret that. But shall I tell him midday? Breakfast?
Yeah. And
I assume if we tell him midday, he will try to arrive early.
Right.
Which means if we wake up early and prepare before breakfast, we should potentially catch them somewhat unawares.
Muffin, with my grandfather, can you keep him alive? I have plans for him.
Define alive. Do you have plans for the body or the soul?
I can define it.
Our cleric.
No one is asking you. We know how you define it.
As living, breathing, containing a soul. Yes.
He
A
needs
soul
to
is not
pay for
required
his
life.
crimes, Muffin. Death is too easy for him. And knowing my mother, she wouldn't want to see him just splayed across the ground. She would want him to answer for his crimes. And in that sense, I want to respect that much. I don't remember much about my mother, but I know she did love her father to a degree.
How will he pay, though? He has made himself well afforded with Waterdeep and Daggerford. We
You
can't just
Gaius,
rely
right?
on it. Yes.
We can get him to admit to all of his crimes, and he pays for them. And he suffers with his honesty. He will bend to us, as he's made many bend to him. He will feel that pain forever, as long as he lives. He needs to be accountable for his actions. I don't care about his reasons for turning to Vecna. For all I know, he was using it to bring Mother back. I don't freaking know. That doesn't justify how he's treated his staff, how he's treated me, the slaves. They deserve justice.
He deserves to be a slave.
That was kind of my thinking. If you don't do it, I have the capability of using it too, so. But I figured you would enjoy it more.
I was going to kill him, rip the soul out of his body, and force it to do our bidding, but...
I mean...
That's so
I can
Muffin.
kind of do that too.
Oh. Wait, what?
Huh?
Huh?
Yes, I can kind of do that. I don't
What?
think they're the same person anymore, but I can kind of do that. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to raise my hand.
Go.
Muffin's going to look at him and just say, no, like this. And Muffin's going to reach in and using the shroud, just rip a hole in the air in front.
Oh,
Reach
no,
in
I
and
can't.
pull his soul out and create a wraith.
I can't do
What
that.
is thy bidding, master?
Put that thing away.
He does this all the time.
Put that thing away.
I have to send it somewhere. Ooh. Go to Yata as quickly as you can. Find the hand. Have fun.
Sure, it will be done.
And this thing just starts
Don't-
like
don't tell
hovering and drifting off towards the east. It just disappears.
Wolf will look at the group after about 2 minutes. He's only here for an hour. He's never going to make it to your
Okay, I was just going to ask because maybe if Vix is back still there, I don't want him to get hurt by whatever that was. Thank you. Okay. No, see, I actually need to kill someone to do that.
Oh, perhaps you are more alike than you know.
Yeah, it's actually turning. It seems like that. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Eric, for the
That is
subscription. We
really
appreciate that.
creepy.
Ooh.
I did not have Twitch muted. All of a sudden, all I hear is.
Oh yeah. That's it.
It's like,
Oh, Victoria Brown coming in with 100 bits. Thank you, Victoria. We appreciate it.
it's the Bit Fairy.
The Bit Fairy is here.
Hey,
Eric is here.
Hey,
Awesome,
Eric.
man. And we got is that Modite? Was that what I'm seeing? Is that right?
Modlight, I think.
Mod light.
Oh, that's I think that's Lieutenant Murphy. I think he changed his name. It might be.
Right. Yeah.
I thought I saw that in chat the other night, but please correct me if I'm wrong, because I would feel bad if I was calling you somebody else. I'm terrible with that.
Hey,
Oh, thanks for the bits, Eric. We appreciate it.
Hey, Modlight is Murphy. Welcome back, Lieutenant.
All right, it's Murphy. Gotcha. Yeah, I'd be embarrassed if I called you somebody else's name, but I've done that before. it's I'm terrible.
Number of times he's called me Kristy. It's just embarrassing.
Oh yes. It happens all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
We
you do look
so
like a
alike,
Kristy.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You
look
know?
so alike. Hell yeah. All right.
So Molfen will send a message to Old Man Horncrow.
Maybe send it in the morning.
Oh, I was going to tell him noon tomorrow, but okay.
Yeah, send him in the morning because then they'd have no idea where we are until morning. There's no chance of them trying to jump us
Fair enough.
because it shouldn't. Because like we're only a couple miles east. Like it shouldn't take them like all day to get to us, right?
No, and if they go by like horseback and stuff, it probably would take them about the same amount of time, because if you guys are like in a wooded area that doesn't have any like trails that lead to it, it might take them about the same time. I mean, the horses are definitely going to be quicker, but they might have to like
Right.
go around obstacles and things like that to make it to where you guys, ping them a location,
Right. Okay. Yeah. So let's rest for now.
Rest until the morning and then deal with
Send them a
everything else
message
then.
and then wait.
Prepare.
Okay.
Okay. Well, since you guys are in a point where I would assume you guys are just getting camp ready and just taking the necessary things you would do, getting places to sleep ready, other things of that nature. Is there anything is there like a particular thing that you guys wanted to role play out here during this break? Do any of you have anything that you guys would want to do here? Or we can fast forward a little bit if you guys want to kind of skip ahead to a time where you're getting ready to prepare or wake up the next morning kind of deal. It's up to you guys. I'll let you guys decide.
This would be such a good opportunity, but I had nothing prepared.
I think Callista would want to check in with Diana at some point. Just seeing how she's doing, especially after Molfin's massacre. Well, that's how Diana views it. I know. I know my girlfriend.
Hashtag Molfin's Massacre.
Hashtag Molfin's
Which
massacre.
one? Yeah.
Which one? So I would pull Diana aside. How are you doing?
Regarding what?
Everything. What just happened back there earlier today?
Honestly, I was fuming that those people had been murdered after I had just promised them safety and a second opportunity at life, but then finding out about the entirety of Daggerford really just being in on some Vecna plot, that kind of
Yeah.
took over. I mean, I brought so many people, to that to our church for shelter at Dorn's
you-
behest.
I know.
And how many of them did he steal? How many of them did he trade away? To your father, to Lady Daggerford, to unknown slavers in lands far off.
Yeah.
I was completely blind and contributed to a system that was horrible. And I've never had to think about it until now.
You're not the only
Organized
one,
religion is kind of dumb.
Diana. I know
I
you
still
don't
believe
truly
in
believe
Ilmater.
that.
I still believe in Ilmater. I still believe in the powers that he's given me. But the church that became so easily corrupted, just like that, so foolishly trusting, so blind, like how I was, how can I have any faith in that? I have faith in my God. I have no faith anymore in any of our leaders.
I think that's a fair stance to take after everything we've learned. I was equally blinded by Dorn. And it makes me wonder how much my grandfather knew about what I was doing. Because Dorn took me in specifically because I was an outcast and misfit. And tasked me to take you guys to Nightstone. But I was also, before I met you, with Dorn, I was helping him with the other outcasts from Daggerford and helping gather them to get to the church. I did the exact same thing as you, Diana. I was probably equally contributing to my grandfather's bullshit. You weren't the only one that was tricked. You are not stupid. It is not your fault. We had no idea.
Thank you. Thank you, Callista.
And I know that you promised to keep those people alive. But honestly, Mulfin was right in this case. He's not always right in how he goes about dealing with things.
Maybe.
But this time I could understand it. Maybe I'm biased because this is involving me and my family. But they saw our interactions with each other. They saw how much I care about all of you. If any of that got back to my grandfather, that would put all of us at risk. You, most importantly. I can't risk that. And I won't apologize for that. I love you, and I will never let anything that my grandfather does or has his hands in touch you. That is a promise. And I won't apologize for that.
No, you shouldn't have to.
But I am sorry that you had to witness that. I know that it is not part of your nature or your soul. You are the softest person I know. And the strongest person I know. You are a paradox, and that is amazing.
That's how I feel like my belief system has evolved lately, and all consuming paradox. And the rules change day by day.
Rules change. Ilmater has done amazing things for you and for all of us. There is no doubt in that. What Dorn did doesn't dictate your beliefs or your morals. What Dorn did, what my grandfather did, what he helped us perpetuate, we had no idea. No fault falls on us for that at all.
Thank you.
Remember that.
I will. Callista, whatever you choose to do with your grandfather and your former family, I stand behind you 100%, even if in what I was always taught, it's not what you're supposed to do or what a person is supposed to do, I stand with you. Because I know that when it comes down to it, I'm not going to be a very godly woman when I find Dorn. Thank you.
It's going to get ugly, but we're together, and that's what matters.
Exactly. I'll pull Callista into a hug. That's my girl. That's my baby.
Lachlan,
That's it.
is there anything that you wanted to do during this little time of rest in...
Making poison arrows.
You're making poison arrows? Okay.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Like mud sphere across my eyes. I'm just like, you know.
Go ahead and make... I can't remember... Did you mark down like how many rolls that you have made for that in the past? It's been a while.
I am probably...
Been a while.
I think on,
It's been a while. Yeah.
I'm kind of still in week 2 of actually doing it properly, which is up to 10 arrows.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and make a check as you are working on your production of these arrows.
Gotcha. And if I recall, we were doing a general dex check.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay. You probably get about 7
Woo-hoo.
poison
Ooh,
arrows.
Nice.
Using the skills that you learned from Callista's dad, Riled, and, you know, getting those arrows ready. Balancing them just perfect. Using some of Sarvin's that you've collected as a template to help you get the right balance. Perfect. Silver, anything additionally that you would like to do during this time?
I have a question for you, Michael, because I was reading through my spells. I didn't realize this, but one of my spells takes a black pearl worth 500 gold. Would I have any of those?
I would say you have at least enough to cast your spells once.
Once?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to make you all of a sudden say, oh, wait, I don't have any material components to cast any of my spells.
Cool.
That would be ridiculous and mean.
Once everybody's back into the group, then I will ask, by any chance, do you all have any black pearls worth 500 gold that you all don't want? Or that I could have as a part of a spell component that I might need? Just curious.
What is a spell?
Circle of Death.
I like the sounds of it. Do we have any in the bag of holding?
I'm looking.
I have nunchucks, a lock of hair. I have a bag of
Where
seeds.
do you have?
I have hair from... Oh, who was the Nim?
Oh,
Remember the Storm King's?
Yeah, one of the Storm King's daughters.
Yeah.
He went snooping around in her bedroom, and he has one of her hairs.
There was a good reason, ladies and gentlemen. I have Brock's hammer here. Ooh.
I have some holy water.
Or black pearl dust works too.
No, looks like we have a lot of gemstones that's like in that range, but not pearls.
Well, it has to be a black pearl. Just
Yeah.
curious. Thank you for
Sorry.
looking. No, it's
We have
fine.
a lot of stuff in this bag, and yeah, I don't think
I have a
we
little
that.
bit. I was just wondering if I had extra, or if you all had extra.
I don't think so. We have so many gems, but
You
I'm
guys...
playing with the nunchucks that I had.
I have moonstones, no pearls.
Lachlan like hits himself in the face with one of
Oh, Mark's gonna leave a mark.
Oh, that's awesome.
Lightning stone. Yeah, we have all these other stones, but not pearls.
Not a pearl, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Only we could teleport.
Molfin, anything you in particular you would do right now, or
Just,
mostly wait till
Going through
morning?
his spell book, getting everything ready.
Okay.
Gonna take the a watch at some point during the night.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. I'm going.
You guys, you technically don't have to roll for watches. I'll just say, like, you guys take watches. There's nothing. You guys kind of like all of you are the only ones that really know that you are there. nobody's really coming for you. If they were coming for you, they got the general location from the Molfen statue in
Send your
Daggerford,
bravest.
and it's probably going to take them, if they don't have magical means of getting from Daggerford to Waterdeep, it's going to take them a little while to get there anyway. And you guys basically teleport from place to place anyway, so travel is nothing for you guys when it is, or, you know.
That is a wonderful point.
I will say,
There you
while Silver is sleeping, he snores really loud. So keep that in mind.
Sure. Yeah, so you guys are trying to fall asleep with this loud he like starts gagging. And eventually the rhythm starts to take and the rhythm starts to get a little bit more even, and you find it more of like an ambience, kind of like having your fan on at night kind of deal.
Ocean.
Yeah, it's like the ocean. Yeah,
White noise machine.
white noise. Yeah. And eventually you drift off and sleep takes you. You guys wake up early in the morning. It seems as if everything is how you left it. Morning from the campsite. And the morning is yours.
Good morning, everyone. How'd everybody sleep?
Sounds like you had a good one.
Yes, it was a very good sleep. Hopefully everybody else did too.
Oh yeah, Silver, you feel like $1,000,000, man.
I got bags under my eyes.
Almost got his bag of
I
bones
give
out and he's
Molfen
doing
good
his-
berries.
Oh. Now Molfen sounds like Silver did all night.
Lose a finger if you get too close.
Like every morning, the whole party has to tell Molfen, "Easy there, you're gonna choke. Easy."
Breathe.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Him like
Yeah. Okay.
It seems like the day is rather clear morning. Just a few clouds in the sky. You hear the birds chirping. Seems like a very, very nice day here on the outskirts of Waterdeep.
Molfin's gonna sort of plop down and cast a spell.
For the morning, actually, since I realize I can do this now, I'm gonna cast Hero's Feast.
ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
delicious.
Hell yeah.
So, since you're casting this, Callista, I'll let you go ahead and describe it. You want to go ahead and describe it for the party?
Yeah, she starts doing like the ritual casting, gets the gemstones all in a row, and starts like pulling from the nature of the earth. And you watch as like these vines kind of sprout out from underneath these gems, and as like the flowers begin to bloom, just plates and upon plates of different types of foods and fruits and meats just start to like bloom into existence as she pulls in the energy.
Awesome.
It's so beautiful.
So that,
Yes, you are amazing.
Thank you.
Molfin's now face first in that.
so
Yeah. Well,
Oh, up to
that's
up
why
to
I gave him the
12
berries
creatures.
first.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Up to 12 creatures can partake in this feast. So as you
That's a good thing
guys,
because Molfin eats for 6.
yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
gave you the good berries so you wouldn't eat
Yeah.
everybody else's
Yeah.
meal, just in case, because I don't know how much you're going to eat of all of it.
Muffin tries to grab from Silver's plate, and Silver like smacks his hand. It's like, he's
Yeah,
just trying to grab.
Silver is definitely not shy about eating aggressively. You could probably tell he wasn't like trained to like he definitely wasn't from like a noble family.
Mm,
So
Cool. So as far as in-game benefits, You're immune to poison and being frightened.
What?
Which is why Callista's doing this, because she's scared as fuck.
And all of your wisdom saving throws are made with advantage.
Oh.
Your hit point maximum increases by 2d10.
All right, I should roll that.
So you can
Hang
go
on.
ahead and roll those 2d10, Callista, for the party, and that will buff your
Wow.
Oh,
No, that's good.
six
Maybe it's
six
not, yeah.
six extra. You're basically what happened is you have your maximum HP is now 6 higher.
For a day.
For a day.
Nice.
Yeah, it lasts for
So,
24
I feel
hours.
stronger.
So until next morning.
Our current HP isn't 6 higher though.
I will say, because you guys have completed a long rest, I will say that your current HP is also buffed by 6. So you'll start out at a full, health bar.
She
The
doesn't
best
normally do
meal
this because
ever.
we're always jumping through trees, and this is usually the spell slot for jumping through trees. So she's like,
That's right.
finally,
You get
we're
to
not
use
going
it.
anywhere.
So after,
I didn't know you could cook.
I don't. Nature does.
awesome. Yeah. So
Nature give meat.
Yeah, there's meat. There's a meat that blooms from the flowers. It's just all of this food.
Yeah.
Pretty much your
GMOs.
favorite foods will show up here.
it sprouts out like chicken
Lobster.
wings.
Yeah, chicken wings.
It's like
Veggie burger, really?
Orange peels, melons. I wonder if there's anything like that here.
Sure.
Oh, not orange peel.
Orange peel. Yeah.
Not actually orange peel. The things he sells.
Yeah, the melons.
Oh, if I would actually never know.
The watermelons.
Oh man, we gotta go get me another orange peel. I lost my first
No,
one.
no, no.
You
no.
lost
We
your
don't need
first
another
orange-
orange peel. For clarification, Derek, there was a guy with the last name Orange Peel that died, and he used him as a zombie skeleton for his nefarious means.
We had to hide it from the guy's son.
Yeah, we had to hide the body from the guy's son, so
Yeah.
he didn't
Which
know. So
then
we
the zombie
resurrected.
went and turned a frost giant into a zombie frost giant.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was great.
We're
Oh, that's awesome.
doing good deeds in the world.
Yep. Yep. So much,
So did
so
we decide
so
noon
much
time?
good here.
So are we doing noon?
High noon.
I know.
Feels a bit okay, corral, but
Diana, was there anything you were doing with your thaumaturgy that you put in the chat box?
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
it's okay.
on mobile for Roll20 and
Ugh.
I'm just getting used to it.
Okay,
And sometimes
okay.
it clicks on accident because I've got, I don't know, I guess big
I-
gross fingers. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just making sure I didn't miss something and you had said something and trying to catch
Nah,
up.
you good.
Okay.
We're in the woods, right?
Like light,
I'm
not
gonna go.
yeah, like a light foliage area of forest. Yeah.
I want to maybe go find a tree to post up in, hunter style.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you find a tree, you kind of climb up into it, find a nice spot where you can lean back a little bit, so you
Yep.
can.
how do we tell him to find us here?
Send your bravest.
Tell him to look for the giant bird, and I will pull out the rock.
Giant bird.
Or would you rather hold that and I can send my little friend to lead him here?
That could work too. Whatever way you want to do it.
No.
Well, it's up to you. It's more, do you want to save that? I don't want him to risk. If something happens to Impy, we can always.
All right,
can
go
always
send
get him
Impy.
back.
I forgot you have Impy. Yeah, that's fine.
Ever since Diana gave birth to him, it's been a traumatic relationship.
Don't remind me.
I thought that it seemed like a good plan. at the
Merrick's
time.
face.
Silver, I apologize. Our lovely Clericaville Meta gave birth to an imp.
See, what had happened was we were trying to sneak in somewhere, and I don't know how it came to be. I stuffed my shirt full of clothes, and I pretended to be a pregnant lady. I don't know. And then
An
eventually,
imp was born.
some way, somehow, yeah, we went through a whole fake birth, and Impy was pulled from me. So now we have Impy. who was.
You
I don't
didn't
know.
actually give birth to the
No.
imp, though. Okay.
Impy's
Did
been
not
around
actually
before
give
the birth.
to the little demon imp thing. That was just a setup.
Okay.
I can't remember what anymore. But it wasn't worth it, if that's what you're wondering. It was not worth it.
Malfin's just going to sort of sit down and cast a spell. And...
before you all do that, do you want me to make anything look different, or because I can do I can cast the spell, and then as long as I have an hour break, I will be able to do it again. So
Weren't one of us supposed to pretend to be Lucian?
Malfin's going to point over at
Or was-
Callista.
I can do that.
He is coming to meet me, so to speak, to exchange for his... He will assume Callista is somewhere nearby. But, given their relationship, did not want to face him directly. And his interest is seems to be more in me, at least for the moment, so hopefully blind ambition will blind.
Yeah, we can do that.
But we want him to...
What were you were thinking of casting hallucinatory terrain out of character?
yeah, I mean I can if you all want me to change the terrain in any specific way. Because as long as I take a short rest, I get all my spell slots back. So.
Yeah, why don't we make it look like they're forced to be tunneled, so make it look like there's ridges on either side of us.
Okay. Sure.
Kind of force them to kind of narrow in.
Okay. Well, Michael, I will do that.
Okay.
So Silver takes out his sword and basically he points one of the ends of the blades and just starts to almost like paint with the sword.
Nice. Yeah.
And yeah, he'll do that, and then he'll just sit down and rest for an hour to get his spell slot back. So
Malfin
that lasts
walked in for a couple of moments
24
while
hours.
painting.
He's yeah. Silver's got
Yeah,
Silver's
as much as
all of a sudden appears to have a large afro, and he paints happy little trees, and
yes.
there's freedom in this canvas.
Oh my god. Oh
So
my god.
basically anything that they describe to me, that's what I'll do. So
Malfin will send a message.
Noontime, east of Waterdeep. As you exit the city, first tree on your right will be my man. He will lead you.
You get a response back. Fair enough. We'll see you soon.
And then Malfin will take a moment to bring Impy out of the his little pocket dimension.
Yes, sir.
Oh, him.
We
Hi. It's been a
we
while.
have a rather boring one for you today.
Boring.
I
I
need to
don't.
head back.
Impy don't like boring.
The fun will come after you complete it. I need you to go to the first tree closest to the entrance of Waterdeep and wait. There'll be a Callista's. Well, actually, I should say Michael. I've seen the guy. Is he a drow?
Who?
He's human.
Nope, he's human.
He's human?
He's an
Okay.
elderly human man.
Mother's side is completely human.
Mhm.
Dad, Riled, is all drow.
Mm.
So we're
Okay.
dealing with the human side right now. We'll deal with the drow and the
We'll
law
deal with
bullshit
drow
later. I
Malfin's
have a lot
gonna,
of family bullshit. I'm sorry.
player just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So Malfin will describe Horncrow.
You're looking for this gentleman who'll be out of Waterdeep within the next hour or so. Once you find him, escort him back here and then prepare for the fun.
You got it. But Impy doesn't like waiting. Does sound very boring. But I guess I'm not in a position to complain, right?
Perhaps we can see about getting a reward through the big boss once this is completed.
Oh, Impy get promotion. Yes!
You and I know I'm on speaking terms with the big man. We can try to make that happen for you.
And he, like, with glee, almost like does cartwheels through the air as he's flapping his wings and stuff, and then flutters rapidly to the direction that you kind of pointed him to.
I suppose I'm going to have to talk to Gratz at some point now. And then Molfin's going to basically pull up a seat beside Silver and just spend a little time, go through my book, and gain my spell slot back before this all hits the fan.
Okay.
Out of character, Derek, Kelvin says hi. I just noticed you're in this game. He's like, oh, Derek's in your game today? I'm like, yeah.
All right, so
And
you...
then as it gets closer to noon,
Yeah.
Molfin's going to take a little time and set up the candles and cast Telepathic Bond as a ritual.
Okay.
Ooh, smart.
To make it a little easier for us to communicate without them necessarily hearing what's going on.
Okay. So Lachlan, you are going to kind of take a point position in a tree.
Yeah, that's the goal. I'm gonna hide up in a tree
Hide
so
up in a
that
tree. Okay, what I'd like
need to-
you to do is go ahead and make a stealth check, since you specifically said you were trying to hide, stay out of
Yeah.
sight. So you can go ahead and make a stealth check to prepare. Molfin, you can go ahead.
Oh, that's
and...
low.
No, no.
Wait, no, that's a 25 because of my reliable talent.
Oh, 25. You got it. All right.
Yeah.
I'll keep track of that. Lachlan, a 25.
That's actually a terrible roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your terrible roll.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah, Callista
What is
will.
Diana doing?
I will alter self to look like Lucian for now,
Okay.
What? Oh, you can't.
but I'm gonna make myself look really beat up,
Okay. So,
like
Callista,
I was
black
playing
eye.
Specter.
busted lip,
alter
busted
yourself, beat up,
like
Lucian.
missing a tooth.
Yeah, you look.
And I will make him look like without the circlet. Like I'm gonna make him look ugly.
Oh, gotcha. Sure.
As like a I don't know how much my grandfather Boris knows about this, but I'm gonna make it look like he lost all of his shit because he did.
Okay. Perfect.
Wait, did you take the circlet?
Yep, I have it.
Perhaps you should give it to me for the moment.
All right, I will hand it to
This-
Muffin.
And Muffin will just sort of hold it and sort of spin it around his finger as he. But I had another idea.
Mm.
Should we make Diana, now that I just realized that I have seeming, that
Right.
something I need, we could make Diana look to be Lucian and leave you as yourself. Or
Oh, that
leave
could work
you as
too.
Lucian and make her appear to be Callista.
No, unacceptable. Nope.
Okay.
Make her Lucian, and I will drop alter self. I will be me. That
Oh,
yeah.
Leave it up for a moment. Let me get a good look at him.
Oh, okay, right. Back to I can alter self at will. I don't need a spell slot. I'm just
Okay.
I am a bit short. Am I going to pass for Lucian?
Was Lucian
make
more than
you
a
a little-
foot taller than you?
I don't think so.
I'm 5'2".
Well, he's human. He's not that tall. Is he?
Was he over 6 foot?
5'2" and
He was a-
5'9" is a big gap.
he would-
Oh,
he
yeah,
would-
I guess so.
Yeah, he would probably be about like I'd say the equivalent of like not quite 6 foot, maybe 5'10",
under?
5'11", something like that,
Okay.
maybe.
I'm sorry, Diana is actually 5'1".
So yeah,
Oh,
you
so
can
it's-
just
You can
be
just
how tall.
you
You
can
can
just
just
do it,
be how
yeah.
tall. he is.
Wow.
Molfin is actually going to cast this before he takes his short rest.
Okay, that's fine.
Because this lasts 8 hours, and then I can get both spell slots back.
Smart.
I'm a high enough level to
So
do
so Diana looks like the beat up Lucian.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
without the circlet, which Molfin is just sort of spinning on his finger.
Okay. So Diana is looking like beat up.
On the hand, though. Spinning on the index finger of the hand of Vecna.
No. Oh.
What would
Who's
happen
going
if
to taunt this old man?
What would happen with what?
Or the circlet? Like, would his shroud get really like clean and nice? Like, how would that work?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
right now
okay.
it's like it's covered in food stains. because he's constantly eating, and it's probably got the, it's a very old piece of fabric too, so it's probably not the best looking thing.
Well, no, but at the same point, somebody did cast prestidigitation on it. I want to say.
Yeah, might have. Yeah,
I think Crowan did.
I think he did. Yeah.
How long has it been since then?
It's been at least like a week.
No, that was Imrith. So that's been over a month.
Oh, it's been over a month.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Molfen doesn't have prestidigitation.
I do, but I'm hiding in a tree.
Okay, one of these days we're just gonna dunk Molfin's head in some warm water and the disgusting little rag that he wears.
And a chicken wing will fall out. Like a whole chicken wing between the beard and the shroud.
Oh, that's where I put that.
Oh my God. I was saving that for later.
That was from 3 weeks ago.
It's so good.
so gross.
Silver, you were doing.
I
you
was
did
just about to ask.
your hallucinatory terrain.
Yeah, I did that before the short rest.
Yep.
Or before the hour break.
Yeah.
And then, where would you all like me to stand?
Why don't you stand? Well,
By Lucian.
stand. Yes.
Sure.
Stand threateningly behind the beaten one.
That is not difficult.
He is our prisoner, so to speak.
I don't think I mentioned it, but I am 6'7". So I am really tall
damn.
also.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's like massive dragonborn.
Yeah.
It's like it's so tiny compared to that. Damn.
Two
I think I am
Lachlan's in a
too.
trench coat. Like
Yeah, 2 Lachlan's in a trench coat. Love it.
Diana's into it.
This is 5'4", so I'm not much taller than Diana.
But yeah, I
This
will.
beaten up human is giving you some side eye, like, how you doing, big boy?
Yeah, team tall is now like they
Super
just recruited the tallest of team tall.
Are we team medium now?
You might team medium. It's
How's Ashlyn?
Ashlyn's a little bit.
I think she's
tall.
like 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
Oh my God, she's the tallest of Team Tall.
she's the tallest.
I
Yeah,
think.
she's about the same
I'll
height as
take-
Lucian was. Yeah,
Oh, she doesn't have it in here, but I think she's.
I think
Yeah,
she's
I
a
thought
little bit
said like
taller.
5'9", 5'10", something like that.
I made Diana 1 inch shorter than I am.
I made Molfen half my height. Hey, there's your point of the thing for those who.
I've met
of us
you
who
in
don't know,
person.
Silver is the same size as me.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh
Oh wow.
yeah. Yep.
Well,
So if
I
you see
feel
those-
so
have a
tiny.
silver
I am
beard.
so tiny. Hey.
All
I
right.
am
Gone
exactly
memories.
5'9" 16", just to put it out there.
9/16.
9/16. That's important.
Hi, Twitch. Welcome to We Measure Ourselves. Not as creepy as it sounds.
Yeah, this is the PG rated version.
Oh.
Don't Google that.
Easy
Don't
problems.
Google that.
How tall is it?
Banned on Twitch.
So I
Demonetized.
guess we got that situated. Molfen, is there anything in particular that you're doing other than the 2 spells that you had going on?
Oh, after the spell's already just sort of getting situated, making sure, got a nice, good, consistent spin on that little circlet he was wearing.
Okay.
Got that hand action going, so I can keep it going for a while.
Okay.
Other than that, just waiting for the arrival.
And you're not in any kind of disguise, so to speak.
Nope.
You're just
No, Molfen is out and proud, and literally the hand is ungloved. We're gonna taunt the old man.
Okay.
When it gets to about noon, I will cast Conjure Elemental, and I will get an Earth Elemental to go underneath the ground and wait for them to come.
Okay. Perfect.
Ooh.
That's great. Yeah. Easily done. Callista, you prepare your Earth Elemental. It seems to give you a salute and then sinks down into the dirt, preparing for whatever commands that you will have to give it. And Silver, you have got Diana, who currently looks like a very beat up individual. They're almost like kind of just, grabbing a hold while Lachlan hides in a nearby tree.
And Molfin will cast his ritual real quick as Impy takes off and getting close for telepathic bond.
Okay, yep. Telepathic
We're
bond.
all linked.
Mentally linked, so you guys can...
The elemental in there too. I don't know if it'll matter.
Sure, why not?
This way, Callista can mentally talk to the elemental.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's do that.
So
Am I within range?
We would have done it before you hopped in
yeah,
the
I would
tree.
say you probably would have
Okay.
done that as a prep thing ahead of time.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and rule that.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I am a man.
Gonna need it.
Oh, is that you going into man mode? Is that all
I
right?
am a man.
I am a man.
I love it, Zoss. I love it.
Lucian.
She just broke herself.
She's trying so hard. I am loose.
Work on it. Work on it.
Lucian's mouth is bound, so Lucian can't talk.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But the image will look like it's gagged, so.
Molfin, eventually you do see Impy headed your way. And he is really far off when you see him like flapping his wings, and he stops. He looks towards you from a distance and turns around.
This way! Hurry! You're slow!
He just kind of continues to flap. And and then you can see going, it's like the hallucinatory terrain is working. They're kind of funneling everybody in. And it almost seems like these horseback riders are going 2 by 2. And you can see it's much like those individuals that were with Lucian. It seems like there's other hired individuals on top of these horses. There is a wagon being pulled behind those horses, and they're having a difficult time. Like you can see the wagon like hit over a fallen tree, and it just it gets thrown off a bit, and you hear the horses neighing and struggling to get through some of the terrain out here, as you guys have kind of went off-road and 4x4 and out here. But they're nobles, so no way are they going to walk. I mean, gosh, ill mater forbid, I am not walking out here in the wilderness. That's what the nobles would be like. And they pull up towards your location, and it looks like there's about 8 horseback individuals. Oh, I love it, Zoss. Look at that. She got the busted lip. She is getting into Lucian's character. Oh, there we go.
Hell yeah!
The black eye.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
I
I know who gets my nat 20 for tonight.
Yeah, I think she gets nat 20. She's fully committed. She's cosplaying.
She's fully committed to the character.
Oscar worthy.
Yeah. So eventually, this cart pulls up. There is a driver sitting out of the cart. There's a bench there in the front. They're using to control the 4 horses that are pulling it. This cart is definitely one of the Horncrow carts. You can tell immediately by the decor and the colors.
Looks similar to the one we wrecked.
Yeah, it looks almost exactly the same. Yeah, they kind of have the same kind of look to them. As it pulls up, it stops, and the cart driver just kind of, "We're here. We've made it. We've arrived." And you see the horseback, the 8 that are on horseback, kind of just fan out on either side a little bit. So there's 4 on either side, and they stay on the backs of their horses as they basically pull the reins back and halt the horses there. Almost kind of creating a backwards Mighty Ducks flying V, kind of, so to speak. The cart's here and then they're on either side. And then out of the cart is a well-armored individual steps out. Clad in what seems to be symbolism that, well, you guys probably would be familiar with. The individual that Ashlyn punched or kicked in Waterdeep, that's like family decor and crest, wearing armor related to that family, and steps out of the cart first. Looks decked out with a sword over his back. Looks like he's wearing probably plate armor or something like that, kind of like a knight. Steps out, starts clanking a little bit as he steps out, then pulls the door open a little bit wider, and another individual steps out. This individual, Callista, you immediately recognize as Marek, who was basically kind of like a new hiree before you had left your father's residence. He kind of like, he felt that once it was kind of like Boris was given more of Boris used to be kind of like your grandfather's like right-hand man. And then when all this stuff went down, he's like, okay, Boris, you're fully in control of Callista right now. So he hired somebody else to fill that gap. And that was Marek. And this Marek guy steps out. He's got shorter hair, very stern looking face, definitely decked out with weapons. Looks like he's got a long sword over his back. And he's stepping out. Looks like he's got some nice armor that he's wearing. He steps out and starts to step forward and stops and looks back to the cart. And you start to see another foot emerge from the cart. Callista, you're almost expecting this to be your grandfather. But your grandfather does not emerge from this cart. Rather, Delphin, clad in his red and gold robes of the Lord's Alliance, steps out of the cart. And then slowly closes the door of the cart behind him.
Of course they wouldn't go.
And these three individuals just start slowly kind of walking towards, and Marek kind of smiles. Oh, Lucian, you were always weak. Look at you. Your lips busted. Look at your eye. I bet you can't even see out of it. You fool.
Is Lucian's mouth? Did y'all gag him like y'all said y'all was gonna, or can he speak freely?
I mean, that's you're muted.
You're
Did
muted.
we ever gag
Muted.
Lucian?
Molten
muted.
probably would have gagged the image, only because seeming will change your physical appearance, not your voice.
Yeah, so technically you can still talk. It's just going to look really strange if you do so. I would say probably 25 feet in front of you. Like, they're just kind of slowly walking towards you. It seems like Marek and this this kind of knight type figure are standing in front, and Delphin is just a couple steps behind in the middle.
Molfen is going to think over to Callista. But we have a problem, obviously. How do you feel about putting these three in a box?
Do it.
Well, my thought was, bring your friend up first.
Alright.
And Molfen is going to mentally prepare to cast Force Cage the minute the Earth Elemental breaks out in the group of these three.
Okay. Okay. As you are mentally preparing this, Delphin begins to speak. Molfen, we meet again. That was quite a doozy you pulled on me in Daggerford. I did enjoy the parting gift.
Well, I thought you would entertain you for a short while. And all the time just spinning the crown around the circlet on his finger. I must say the books I obtained from Master Horncrow's estate, telling us everything you've been doing, were just fascinating.
Well, I'm glad that you've enjoyed this little foray, so to speak. Listen, Molfen, listen, I think we got off onto the wrong foot. I think there's a misunderstanding here. I feel like you think that for some reason I am your enemy.
If you're associating with these people, you're my enemy.
Molfen will just pull out the newspaper he took from Lachlan earlier. Your description of me was marvelous. I spoke with the artist. It was fascinating.
Oh, you saw the ad. Yeah, well, I knew you would. And honestly, it seemed to have worked. It's quite got you roused here. It seems like it did exactly what I intended it to do. But Molfen,
did you ever speak with Crowan of the Hoppers? Did anyone pass down information to you?
Delphin looks at you with a quizzical look on his face. Who's Crowan?
Well, perhaps your leadership doesn't trust you as much as they should. Well, rightly so, I suppose.
Delphin. I'm stepping in front of Molfen because I'm getting, like, irritated.
Okay.
What are you doing with the Horncrows?
He looks at you, and I want you to make an insight check for me really quick.
Gladly! 22.
You catch a glance from Delphin towards Marek. Almost as if he's struggling because he wants to say something, but chooses to lie instead. And looks right at you and says, "We are working together to ensure the peace and tranquility of Daggerford and all its residents."
Even you don't believe that bullshit coming out of your mouth. I look at Marek. Where's Boris?
Yeah. Boris, huh? Your friend. Yeah. Anyway, your grandfather thought it would probably be best if he didn't come for this. Because, you know, he remembers how you used to get.
How I used to get.
Yeah, he didn't want you to get all uptight with him around. So, he's back in Waterdeep with your grandfather.
You all hear Callista in her mind tell the Earth Elemental, grab him.
Okay. I think that's going to trigger our combat for this evening.
He wants to engage with Molfen, and she's like, "This isn't about Molfen right now. This is about this bullshit with the slate." No.
And the minute he jumps up and grabs her, that triggers force cage around all four of them now, including the Earth Elemental.
Perfect. Yeah, we can do that. So what we're going to do is we are going to do an athletics contest between the Earth Elemental and Marek.
Okay.
To see if the Earth Elemental can grapple, kind of basically burst out of the earth and then grapple him.
Sure.
And then we will roll some initiative and change the music. It seems as if stuff going down.
Ooh, not good.
And MG, thank you for that whole deal with shift double click for tokens to pull up character
Oh.
sheets.
Game changer.
That is
game changer.
that is going to be a game changer for all this. Okay, so an 8.
Yeah, it was not good. The other one was great.
Athletics. Ooh. Oh, Marek
Yep.
easily dodges that. But that force cage, there's no resistance to it. It just happens, correct?
Nope, it's a 20 by 20 cage.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you guys over to another map, and I'm going to let you guys kind of like set up your positioning for how you described. I have general placement of these guys, but we can move them if we need to. So I'm going to take you guys over to this map. And do you guys see my my fellows on there?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can go ahead and place your characters where...
So where would we be, on the right-hand side, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
or-
you guys kind of place on the right-hand side somewhere as you guys see
okay.
the this cart with all these other individuals posted around. I'm going to go ahead and change our music and turn on a turn order, and if you guys want to put your tokens on there, you guys can click your tokens and roll initiative from your character sheets to add you to the combat tracker.
Okay.
Let's get some
And I'm actually going to...
battle music on.
Cooler vigilance.
Right.
Roll for cool.
Roll for cool.
Okay, come on, roll 20. You're not liking me tonight.
Oh, roll 20 is not working too well.
I'm
Roll
gonna
20 wasn't
burn my.
liking me
I'm gonna
either,
burn a
so I
point
went
to
to
make my
mobile.
initiative in 18.
Okay.
I don't know if the roll is working or not. I've clicked it a couple of times.
Yep. It's a so it's going to be an 18 then. I'll change it for
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Hang
thank
on,
you.
that
I
was
got
a
it covered.
12.
Oh, you know what I can do? I can F5 roll 20 and reload it because I don't have to worry about my video.
Oh yeah, there you go. So I got Callista, Lachlan, Silver, Molfen.
I'm trying. I went to mobile because I thought that it would make it easier, but
I think mobile's harder
I don't
to do,
know how
especially
to
with
roll
maps.
with it.
Here, let me. I'll pull Diana out here onto the map. So there you are.
TY, my OG roll was a 9.
So Silver's way over here. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
you guys are that
Diana.
far down on the south.
Yeah.
thought
I don't
we
know.
were
I was just
right.
putting my token on the map. I was
There
waiting
you
for
go.
other
Yeah.
people.
We'll
to
say you guys are
position.
in the shadow of that tree, kind of below it. Lachlan's got
Okay, 'cause I
himself.
was-
Okay, so
Oh,
down
next
here.
So Diana, I'm gonna go ahead and you want me to roll initiative for you?
I originally rolled a 9. I can roll initiative. I just don't know how to select a token or view a map.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll just we'll just roll a new
So
initiative.
I think I'm gonna go back to PC.
Let me I'll go ahead and just so you did roll a 9 then? I'll just go ahead and add you. Yeah, you rolled better than I did, so I'm gonna change it to a 9 for you, and you'll be good. Cool.
Thank you.
Now I pre-rolled initiative for the bad guys because I had a feeling this was gonna escalate. It's like
No.
it's kind of what the dungeon master
you knew
does.
This was gonna happen. Oh, no.
Okay, so that's where the force cage is. Perfect. That is
Yep, unless
awesome.
I don't think I could get any of the the horsemen in there, right?
Probably not. You were focusing on those main guys there.
Yeah, those were the important 3. I mean, if I could pick up one of the horse riders, I would, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, you got it.
I wouldn't be pushing for it. Those are the important ones.
Okay, so as this all happens, you can see that all the other individuals are definitely pulling out weapons and getting ready for a fight. Lachlan, as this happens, you're the first to go.
Hiding up in my tree. Oh, this looks spicy. I'm going to then try to cast a spell.
And you are technically right now with your roller hidden from all of them.
I am hidden, so I'm going to try to throw in a, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. My hypnotic pattern has a 30-foot cube.
Okay.
So this 30-foot cube I'm going to throw out there, and I guess they'd have disadvantage on their thing here because of the nature of it. I'll click hypnotic pattern.
What is the saving throw?
It's a wisdom saving throw, and they will have disadvantage because of me being hidden.
Okay, and these 2 horses are in there too, right?
Yeah, I am probably catching some horses. As
Okay,
well.
I'm gonna try this and see if it works. I can actually make a group wisdom save as I selected all these tokens. I'm gonna hope that this works. We'll see. We're testing out some new APIs tonight, folks.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
this was wisdom, you said?
Yes, it's a wisdom saving throw. They have to beat a DC 16.
16?
With disadvantage. With disadvantage.
Oh, with disadvantage. I don't know if it'll work then.
Do it twice.
Yeah, I can do it twice. But yeah, I think they'll stay even though they're not numbered, I think they stay in the same order. So I'll do it twice. Okay, so the first two definitely fail. I think the third one actually with the 18.
He succeeds. So he needs to beat a 16. Yeah.
16. So the first riding horse saves. So it looks like veteran number 3, we'll say this guy is not affected, but these guys are. So hypnotic pattern, we're gonna put a little wavy thing next to them. So
Nice.
they are basically just looking at these glowing aurora borealis type magical effects happening all around them, and they're just yeah. That one's affected, and this riding horse is affected.
Sorry, horse. I'm no longer hidden.
Yep.
And I'll pass a boost. No kidding. That's
it.
Pass a boost.
Pass a boost.
I didn't move. I'm using it to pass the boost.
And this veteran back here gets to go. And how does it work if like they run through your hypnotic pattern?
It's only an immediate, and then it's like gone.
Gotcha.
You know,
so that square would disappear.
Yeah, I can get rid of that square if you'd like.
This guy is technically on his riding horse, and I believe riding horses have a speed of 60 feet. So as this is all going down, for some reason when I was putting these tokens on here, I put the riding horses on first, and then I put the veterans on, and technically the veterans are supposed to be able to like overlap the horse tokens, so it looks like they're riding on them. But
yeah,
my Roll20 wasn't letting me do it for some reason. I have no idea why. Even whenever I went to reorder the tokens by right-clicking on them to bring the ones to the front, it still wouldn't let me do it. So
weird.
It's going to be weird. They're going to like be beside their horses, but they're technically on them.
Even though they're on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
How does Force Cage, like, is it a physical, it's a physical barrier, right?
It is a invisible physical wall.
Okay. He begins
In this case, it's all, it's basically like a jail cell. It's all barred. They're half inches apart. But if you run into it, it's like running into a steel wall.
Yeah, so he tries to get closer, but runs into that force cage because it can't squeeze through that other riding horse because of how big they are. And back behind them is hallucinatory terrain, so they think it's non-passable from what they can see. So that stops him from advancing. They do have some crossbows, so they are going to fire some crossbow bolts. The first one is actually going to go towards Callista. You still look like Callista, right? Yeah. One's gonna fire at you with a heavy crossbow and roll a natural 1. I guess when it's trying to go through the force cage and the other horse, like the horse neighs and kicks back a little bit, and the shot just goes way up into the trees. Sticks into the tree Lachlan's in.
Hey, free bolt!
Yeah.
This rider over here is dazed and cannot go. That brings us to Marek. Marek, seeing this massive earth elemental appear, is going to make some attacks against that earth elemental. Okay, interesting. He is going to make an attack with his longsword as he unsheathes it and he gets ready to make attack. He can make 3 attacks.
Okay.
So his first attack is this. An 18 to hit.
Yeah, that just hits.
Okay, and as this like thunder, kind of cracks out from the attack, you're sheathed in booming energy until the start of your next turn. If you move, if it willingly moves, it takes an additional 3d8 thunder damage from moving.
Oh, okay.
And you take 8 slashing plus 9 thunder damage to the earth elemental.
Ooh, that's gonna.
I think
hurt
that hurts the earth
because
elemental pretty bad.
It does. Thunder does. So that's 18 plus 8. 26?
Yep.
So he's gonna go ahead and take 2 more longsword attacks and a crit.
Oh, he might take him out.
Oh,
That's
This guy's trouble.
12, 15 slashing. This is non-magical. This damage.
This one's not magical.
This one's non-magical. Yes.
Okay, so that's. Oh, was the 8 slashing?
The 8 slashing
Magical?
is non-magical.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yep.
So that's. Okay.
And then the third longsword, only a 14 this time.
Does not hit.
Okay.
So that's 7. Okay.
Okay, and also, I did not realize he had this, but he's going to use this too. On that second
Sure.
strike, he's going to use Eldritch Strike. So the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, it has disadvantage. So you have disadvantage on the next saving throw against the spell. Wait, what's that say?
So the
So
next
he does
time
a
Marek
spell-
casts a spell on the
Spell
Earth
on me.
Yeah.
I have. If he's
Yeah.
cast a spell on me, I have disadvantage.
You have disadvantage on it. Yep.
Gotcha.
And that will, he'll kind of shift over a little bit as he's kind of just keeping his head on a swivel. He bumps into this force cage a little bit, and that'll be the end of his turn, bringing us to Molfen.
Ugh. Molfen is. What is Delphin's demeanor right now?
A little startled by the earth elemental bursting out, but still kind of like a nonchalant facial expression.
Doesn't look like he's reaching to grab anything at the moment that
Nope.
I can tell, or...
Nope.
Okay. Well, let me take a look here, and you know, why the hell not? So...
Do your thing.
It's I don't know how these are going to interact, but you know what? Why the hell not? Because it is going to be funny as hell. So Molfen is going to start muttering and to himself and pulls out a small, what looks to be a small piece of octopus.
Interesting.
And is going to
Make an appetizer?
Yep.
He took it from the Hero's Feast.
Is going to cast Everard's Black Tentacles.
Oh.
Oops, and I forgot to hit a button, so let me do this right.
Sure.
Yay, shift, and it is going to be... Oh, gag, nabbit. I'll fix that. Basically, it's going to get Marek and...
She's not here.
It's literally because I'm trying to... Oh, no, okay, it's red. Well, screw it.
That's fine. That's the tentacles.
So basically, that range is all now squirming black tentacles.
I mean, that's a dexterity save, huh?
Yep, there we go. It's overlapping, but oh well.
Hey, I'm gonna have that guy, since he's technically riding on the horse, he's gonna make the save too. So, group dex saves. Here we go.
And that one veteran makes it.
Okay.
This is really cool.
I do like the group checks. It saves a lot of time because I'd have to be going individually, have to make those checks on those character sheets.
So it is.
So the one veteran is the only one that succeeds.
Yep.
And that is
Everyone else fails.
the second veteran, so the one below. But the problem is that his horse that he's riding upon has failed.
Oh.
So, what's a good, so they restrained, is that what it is?
So it's difficult terrain. If they fail the saving throw, they're 3d6 bludgeoning and be restrained until the spell ends.
3d6 bludgeoning.
Yep, so it's 11 damage is not a great roll.
Okay,
Still.
11 damage, yeah, okay, yeah,
A creature can use its action to make a strength or dex check to try to get out of the spell.
Okay, so let me adjust these, damages really quick. You said, how much damage did you say it was?
11.
Gotcha. If they make the save, they don't take the damage?
Right, if they make the save, it's a save or suck.
Gotcha.
So if they make
Yeah.
it, they're fine.
Gotcha. Okay. Take his,
But it is difficult terrain as well.
it's difficult terrain as well. Okay. So all movement in there is halved then for these
Yep.
poor souls. So these tentacles erupt and start lashing out and grabbing everything they can get a hold of. Marek is struggling to keep his sword in his hand as these tentacles are wrapping around his arm. Anything else, Molfin?
And then Molfin's going to look around. Is in this tree just to the north of me? Is there like a nice big branch I could go sit on?
Yeah.
Looking up and looking down at, looking over at Callista, Molfin's going to cast Misty Step and pop himself up into the tree.
Okay, up into the tree you go, sure. This veteran is dazed and confused and does not get to go. This veteran is trapped by the tentacles. Now, here's the issue. He's trapped and his horse is trapped.
Tall tentacles.
He's gonna try to like jump off of the saddle and remove himself from the tentacles. So I guess that would, I'm gonna call this a dex check for this.
Okay.
Because it's more of like him just kind of like trying to roll out of the saddle away from these tentacles to get free. And fails. And actually made things worse for himself. He's like, he tried to fall to the ground and the tentacles just start like wrapping around him more. As he's tangled off to the side. That ends his turn. He can't do anything else. This one's dazed and confused and cannot do anything. That brings us to Delphin. Delphin kind of looks towards you, Molfin. I was hoping we wouldn't have to do things this way.
Oh no.
Molfin just sort of goes and is sitting there just sort of watching him.
Okay.
Not making any threatening sort of gesture or anything towards him.
Okay.
Let him make the first move.
Wizard chess.
Now, Force Cage. That was that thing you put those other guys in. So technically they can like shoot out of it and you guys could shoot into it, right?
Yeah, it's basically think of it like a invisible jail cell.
Okay. Perfect.
Let me see. I'll grab.
Half-inch bars spaced half-inch apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, half-inch apart. Okay. Half-inch apart. That's
Half an inch.
that's not very much.
Oh yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
think that's why you were giving him a
Yep.
disadvantage on all this stuff
Right.
they were doing
Yeah,
before.
perfect. He's actually going to do a Misty Step for himself. Because he can
Oh,
see.
he can certainly try.
Oh, he's got to do the charisma.
He's got to make a charisma save to teleport out of that.
Gotta make a charisma save.
So like
Okay.
out-wizard you.
Out-wizard you?
Yeah. Any creature trying to use teleportation or interplanar to leave must make charisma save. On success, you can use the exit. On a failure, they can't exit and they lose the spell slot.
Oh, good. Okay, well, he's going to try. So charisma save.
And that's a fail.
That's a fail. Oh, so he
It's an
tries. He like gets to here and the Force Cage stops him. And he loses that spell slot. I believe Misty Step is a bonus action.
Yep.
So technically, even though he lost the spell slot, he still has an action. But can only cast a cantrip. Gosh. Oh, you guys, I tell you. Is gonna try to shoot you with a firebolt with disadvantage out of the cage.
Okay.
25.
Oh,
You are going to take 22 points of fire damage as it strikes you
Ooh.
between the branches.
Whoa. That's actually pretty.
yeah.
And that will end Delphin's turn and bring us to this veteran, who is still in his right mind. The problem is he cannot move because he's trapped behind all these other things, and they think that there are like thick trees on the other side, so they cannot go around, even though there technically isn't. They think there are. So he's going to also
I like this guy.
He's going to also take a shot at Callista with a heavy crossbow. Only a 7. Misses wide. That ends their turn. That brings us to our Earth Elemental friend.
Okay. Earth Elemental. I told him to focus on Marek, so he's gonna focus on Marek.
Is Marek technically, he's restrained, right? Or just
He's restrained.
No,
have tentacles,
he's restrained in the tentacles, not with the.
yeah.
Earth
So
Elemental.
any attack you make against him will be at advantage.
It's a
Alright.
great icon or token.
Here's
Yeah,
the
do you guys
first
see a
one.
close up of Marek, what he looks like? Here, let me see.
He looks like
That's
his
Marek.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's him.
that checks out. 25 to hit
That hits.
for the first one,
Yeah.
and the second one is a 27 to hit.
Yeah, those both hit.
31 bludgeoning. Jesus.
31 points of bludgeoning damage to Marek as he's getting slammed by this Earth Elemental. See some blood running down his cheek.
Ooh.
Anything else?
That is it.
That is it? Okay. Alright. I think...
Hmm?
At the end of Earth Elemental's turn,
What?
Oh no,
What?
another legendary. Who has the legendary actions?
Marek
Yeah.
is going to use a legendary action he is actually going to use 2 legendary actions, and he's going to cast a spell.
What?
And he's going to use one of his spell slots to himself cast Misty Step to get out of the tentacles and appear next to this person over here. To get himself out of the grapple of the tentacles. And that brings us to Callista.
Okay. Well, I'm so done. So I am casting Firestorm.
What?
All right. So this is gonna take a minute because I have to draw stuff.
Go big or go home, right?
Concentration.
A dexterity save.
Anyway.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, you're drawing. So
One.
you have to do 10 10-foot cubes? Is that what you have to do?
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
This is how a druid burns down the whole forest.
That is fine.
Silver, you're on deck. And then,
You know, if there's anybody alive left.
yeah, if there's anybody left to fight.
Sorry, it's being super slow.
Oh, look at this. And technically,
My connection to the server has been interrupted for the past 10 minutes.
oh,
no.
I'm sorry. We're like two players away from your turn, Diana. So if you need any help rolling or anything, I can roll for you, or whatever you'd like to do, we can jump on there and make it happen. Oh, anytime you target one of the veterans, you also target their horse, just so you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm aware.
Okay, got you.
Have some
Horse killer.
honesty.
Lachlan, people dazed by your spell, do they automatically fail dexterity saving throws?
let me take a quick gander at the spell here.
Because I think they're technically paralyzed, right?
They're incapacitated and have a speed of 0. So what happens when you're incapacitated?
Yeah, look up incapacitated condition. It'll
gotcha.
tell you.
Conditions. Incap. They just can't take actions or reactions.
Okay, so they make saving throws as normal.
I think they make proper saving throws.
Gotcha.
There it is. Oh, and they are blue flames because she is raging. If she could rage.
Well, you're going after the cart and the driver too. I don't
And a tree.
even have a character sheet for him.
Well, he's probably common A,
Yeah.
so he's probably
Yeah,
got
just-
3 hit points.
He's probably just dead.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna get fried. Yeah, because even if he makes that save, yeah, they're even bringing it. Yeah, so just imagine the cart is now in flames, and you heard this guy scream, "Ah!" and then fall off the cart. It's just laying down there with fire, just like burning him. He's motionless. Okay,
Yep.
so these are all dex saves, I believe. So I'm going to grab everyone. This may take me a moment. Actually,
Sorry.
I think with my other API, I can automatically
Highlight everybody.
I can automatically do the damage too. If I do this right. Oh my gosh. This is insane, guys. Oh no.
You know, I was trying to be nice.
Okay.
I'm just
So,
saying.
group check. I'm going to try this new API I got. So I'm going to do group check damage. Okay, so it's dexterity save. What is your
Yep.
save DC? It's 18?
I do think it's an 18.
So I've typed
I
in
think
an
it's finally updated.
Right, 18
Yeah.
input value. Damage is 36.
Mm-hmm.
I input that value. And it's do they do half damage on a successful?
Yes,
Okay,
half.
damage. Let's see how they do. Might take it a minute because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Oof.
A riding horse saved while he's still dead.
Yeah.
2 riding horses saved. I
Okay.
don't think anyone else
So
did.
when I click this apply damage at the bottom, it's automatically going to apply the damage based on the check that they made for me
To their token.
to their token.
Whoa.
So I don't have to do anything. It's just going to
Save
do it.
30 minutes of bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to apply
That is so
the
cool.
damage, and it applied it to
Oh.
everybody. So all the horses
Oh,
look like they're dead because they're in negatives.
Sorry.
So all the horses die. So I'm going to remove them from the map because they're not on the token, or they're not and it appears that the damage has been applied to the rest of them based on their saves. I'm going to say that every one of the other guys are prone who were on horses because of this.
Because their horses exploded.
And now that gets rid of the hallucinatory terrain though, right? Because they were attacked.
Oh, the hypnotic
Or
pattern.
the hypnotic pattern, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They
Oh,
they
yeah.
lose the hypnotic.
So they
Not a problem.
lose the hypnotic pattern, but they are now prone. Everybody who was in that. Okay. God. Boy, I tell you what though, that API really helped me out there
That was so
Yeah.
good.
because I didn't have to do any of that bookkeeping work there. Awesome.
Yeah, you're going to give me that.
Oh yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. It made a world of difference. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove my riding horse character sheet from there too, because I don't need that anymore. As you just hear screams and neighs as these cylinders of fire just emerge all around the bad guys, and now they're just like some of them. Are they on fire too?
I don't think they are on fire.
Okay, gotcha.
Like they're in fire if they don't leave it. They're gonna take it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that stays there, right? Like a cylinder of fire stays there.
Oh.
If anything in their area is flammable, it catches on fire.
That is
So
beast mode Callista right there, folks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get out of her
and,
way, folks. Get out of her way.
honestly, since we're going...
Keplin in chat says, so this is why you don't want to get on Callista's bad side.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the one that nuked the aboleth with that fireball necklace. So yeah, fire's kind of her rage mechanism.
true.
So that being said, she is going to bonus action turn into a fire elemental with flaming hot blue flames to match the aesthetic.
You got it. You can drag a fire elemental on there and just keep Callista kind of off to the side, so so you got your control over it. Awesome.
Ooh, nope.
Excellent. And that you have movement.
Yeah.
So you can still do your movement, and then we'll be up to silver.
I think I'm gonna start making my way towards everybody in there.
Making my way downtown. Yep.
So I will get up to here. Making my way downtown, walking fast.
Silver, this has all happened very quickly. It escalated very quickly. What would you like to do?
Well, out of the 3 that's in this cage, which one looks the most menacing to me? Because I don't know any of these people, so I don't know what they can do. Is there one that looks more?
Delphin looks like Gandalf.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't be afraid of him then.
That guy in the middle looks like a knight decked out in full plate mail and has a great sword over his back that he's just pulled out of his sheath. And the other guy, obviously you just saw him cast some spells too. But he looks like he has some fighting ability in him.
Okay.
So you got basically one who looks like pure melee type, in your face kind of combatant. You've got one that looks like, hey, he's an old wizard. And you got one that you're like, yeah, he can do both.
I am going to run over to here. As I'm running, I'm going to use my bonus action and just like kind of wave my hand towards the guy in plate mail, and I'm going to Hexblaze curse him.
Okay.
So he's cursed. There's no save. He's just cursed.
He's just cursed.
By me.
Hexed. With this little skull and crossbones.
Well, it's
on
not
him.
Hexed technically, but it's my own class.
The
feature.
Hexblade curse. Gotcha.
Then I'm going to spin my sword around, and you see the energy, the mist, go into his blade, as one of the sword blades disappear, and just the dragon's face is there. And I'm going to use Cone of Cold, 60-foot cone towards all of the. I don't know who I can hit. I'll let you decide who I hit with this, but I want to try at least hit all 3 of the big people.
60-foot cone.
Yeah.
Like a song of frost and flame.
You are going to get the earth elemental in this, and I would assume that you wouldn't try to hit Callista's fire elemental form. So that would kind of, you see that line that I'm putting on there on the map. That would kind of be our line for where, like, those other guys wouldn't be in it, but the rest of the map would.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. I just want to try and get the big group there, basically.
Okay, this is Constitution save, right?
I believe so. At 5th level.
Oh, good lord.
18 con save.
Good.
Wow, that's a decent.
And I rolled
roll,
really
too.
good on the damage.
Yeah.
What?
Good lord. Okay, I'm going to. I clicked on the. You know what, Callista? I actually clicked on the Earth Elemental for this because I'm going to use my group check again, so it'll automatically do it for us, and we don't have to worry about it.
Sure.
So we're going to do group check damage. This is going to be based off of Constitution. What's your spell save DC? 18?
18.
Good grief, you guys. Where did you guys get so juiced? 42 cold damage.
14.
What have I
Really
done?
good roll.
Half damage on a save.
Half damage on a save.
Submit. Here it comes. The Earth Elemental saves with a crit.
Nice.
And so does one of those veterans, but everybody else.
And it automatically applies? You haven't done the damage.
Yeah, watch here. I'm going to automatically apply.
I'm gonna watch. Oh, that's so cool.
And it automatically does it to the tokens. This veteran dies. This veteran dies. That veteran is barely standing in front of you, Silver. The one. like completely covered in frost. I imagine, you know, from the nose, like icicles, like just dangling as this takes place. Delphin, after this, Delphin, after the cone is gone, Delphin is no longer there.
Oh, was it a sim?
Maybe.
And I
be
think
sim.
I cleared off all the dead guys that are now ice, piles of ice on the ground.
And I'm sorry to do this to you, Michael. I need a Specter token. Because as I kill one, I reach out my hand again and like raise a Specter from one of their dead bodies.
Oh, we know a
If
guy
I can
that
do
does
it,
that.
if Dolphin had a body, I will do it from him so he's inside the cage. But if not, it's just one of the guards. So
Yeah, there's no. There. Am I spelling
Nobody.
Specter wrong?
It's almost like we've dealt with this before, Derek.
yeah, I know, right? Did he turn into water?
Yeah, did he turn into a puddle?
You said you needed a Specter?
I need a Specter. Yes.
Can you give him control of that token? Are you able to give him control of one of your specters? And then he'll be able to pull his own out. For some reason, I'm not.
Because I have
My
a Specter
Specter's
character
gone.
sheet.
Oh,
I have a Specter
found
character
it.
sheet pulled up already.
I
So I
found
have
it.
the stats and everything. I
Here,
just don't have
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to edit the Specter character sheet on mine, and I'm going to add you to it.
Okay.
Can you add me back onto it? Because it doesn't seem like I'm on it anymore.
Yeah, you are. It has a red dot on it. So silver. Yeah, it says it should be in your journal because it says Molphin Matthew on it. Silver, and I'm going to save changes. And you should see
Oh, NPCs probably.
it's in your NPCs folder. Yeah, it'll be under NPCs monsters.
Okay.
And you'll have a Specter, and you can drag it out there.
It gains 7 additional hit points because of my level. Technically temporary hit points.
Right.
But do you want me to
Just
I mean, it doesn't
just
really
add it
matter.
on top of that character.
Yeah.
You can click on that token,
So,
so it'd be 29 hit points.
And then it has a let's see here. Roll initiative for it.
Matthew and Kristy, the only thing that's bad about the APIs are when we get into a situation like when we had at Star Wars that one day where all the APIs were not functioning.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to
Right.
use any
to
of them.
do that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So that's the balance there is it makes life easier, but sometimes like they're
But,
constantly fixing
yeah.
APIs and sometimes they're down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right.
So you added
And then that's the end of my turn.
And this-
I added it to the thing.
Perfect.
It says 15.
15. Got you. Let me grab it and put it up here. And I got it in its position. Excellent, Silver. Well done. Frosted, this individual that you cursed, it's his turn. He can't move out of the force cage. Argle bargle. What am I going to do? He is going to, as a bonus action, use Second Wind to regain 20 hit points.
Ooh.
He's got to do something, guys. Come on. Give him some credit. Give him some credit. So he regains 20, and he's going to... he has a short bow. He's going to try to shoot his short bow at Silver.
Okay.
So here he goes. He fires a short bow with disadvantage, an 8. It doesn't even get out of the force cage. And that ends his turn, bringing us to Diana.
All right, so I'm Lucian,
You are Lucian.
Okay.
Hello, Lucian. How are you?
and
Dancing sword.
hello, I'm good, thank you. I'm a little bit bruised. Okay. Do I remember if we specified what was Lucian's plan again? Was it to infiltrate the baddies, or was it just to lure them here?
It was mostly to lure them here. I feel like if Boris and them showed up and we would have pushed you in so you could have like done an inflict wounds or something, but like that changed completely when we realized Grandfather and Boris didn't show up and Delphin stepped up. So whatever you want to do, you are good to go.
How long does seeming last?
8
8
hours.
hours.
Yeah, you're gonna look like this for a while.
Unless I
Okay,
use
and
an
if I
action
cast
to
a
drop it, which I
spell-
won't do.
Yeah,
Drop it.
Molfen would have to
Yeah.
use his action to drop the seeming.
And if I cast a spell, then I lose it, kind
No.
of? Or is
Nope.
It's not like invisibility.
Oh, okay.
It's just
cool,
always
cool,
on
cool.
until Molfen lets
It's
it
gonna
go.
look like suddenly Lucian is a cleric.
Yeah.
Which he is not. So. Oh, Lucian had 2 swords, right?
Yep. 2 rapiers.
But I imagine that if he was captured, he would not have swords. So, in the spirit of being a captured person, I will hold my turn, I guess.
I
am
don't
a
think we
captured
intend to
person,
let anybody
and
out
I
of this
need-
alive, right? It's not like
Yeah,
there's a...
Yeah, I
Fair
feel
point,
like
fair point.
Calissa's
And
like
you're not actually bound. You still have
Yeah,
all
you're not
your
bound.
equipment. Your mace is on you. It's
It
just,
just
Yeah.
looks
this-
like
It just
you are.
looks like you are. So you're
You have your mace.
yeah, you're free to do
I-
whatever Diana would do.
I will make it look like I escaped from my bindings.
Okay. So
And,
Diana's like shifting around, but the bindings are still like staying on her because it's a visual image that doesn't go away. So it's like you still have your arms. Like you can still like it just looks like you're tied up. You're not tied up.
Oh,
Yeah.
So no matter what,
No matter
I do,
what,
I still
You're
okay.
still always gonna look like
Got
tied up
it.
Lucian no matter what you do.
Oh my god. Even if you go on an attack, like...
Yeah. They won't see it coming.
don't
It'll
have
just
to
They won't see it coming.
Okay.
You're so cute.
All right. Then. Oh, then Lucian will he looks like he's gagged. If it's possible, could I cast a spell like discreetly in the middle of combat?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, who's the one? It's not Boris, because he's not here. Marek?
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 Hey, Marek?
Marek.
Yeah.
Marek. He's alive still, right?
He is. He's looking really beat up.
Callista, do you mind if are we all mentally connected?
Yep.
Callista, do you mind if I do something that might kill that man, Marek?
I don't care about him. Do what you want.
Alrighty, I cast Divine Word.
Oh,
Oh boy.
what's that?
I don't know. If it went into
It
chat,
did-
then
it
it
did
went
go
into
into
chat.
chat.
If it did
It
not,
did. You'd have to move closer to reach him, though. You're not.
Yeah, you got to be within
Oh.
30 feet.
alrighty. Lucian will waddle up. He will stand up from where he is bound and just kind of waddle because he looks all tied up. So he just kind of waddles, hops, if you will,
Do you-
into position.
Do you see where do you
And-
see where I'm
yeah.
pointing? Right underneath silver. That would probably be your best bet. Because I don't think you can go into Callista's flames without being injured as well.
Yeah.
So you would probably your best bet to get
Okay, that sounds good.
would be to go there. So I can move you over there if you'd like me to. Well, there you go. Perfect. And use this
I am
divine
connected.
word. Choose any number of creatures you can see within range. Each creature that can hear you must
choose
make a
them all.
charisma saving throw. On a failed
I
save,
choose them all.
based on its current hit points.
You can get almost all of them too.
All except one.
All except for the bottom one.
Gosh,
I choose them all.
you choose them all. Great. Yes. This is all that you can see within
Oh,
range.
this is like a big deal.
This is
This is a
interesting.
big
Mhm.
spell.
Also, apparently it's a bonus action.
Really?
It is one bonus
Jeez.
action.
Wow! Damn.
So she'll still
Awesome
have an
bonus action.
action after that. So, okay, I got all of them selected that you, pretty much all the bad guys selected. So they're going to make, is it damaging or it has, oh, they have effects. Okay, so I'm going to make a group. Oh, gosh, I didn't make one for group charisma.
Whoopsie.
I think, let me double check. I think I can, okay, so exclamation point group check. Charisma save. I think I can do it manually. So exclamation point. We do group dash check space dash dash charisma space save. All right, here we go. Let's see if it works. It did.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
He was, I believe my DC is 18, but let me double check. Yes, it is an 18.
Every one of them fails.
All of them fail.
All fail. Okay, so let me read this again. On a failed save, a creature suffers an effect based on its current hit points. 50 hit points or fewer.
Deafened for a minute.
Deafened.
Deafened, I think?
For a
Yep.
minute.
40 hit points or fewer, deafened and blinded
And
for
blinded.
10 minutes. 30 hit points or fewer, blinded, deafened, and stunned for 1 hour. 20 hit points or fewer, killed instantly, regardless of any of those things.
And then Celestials, Elementals, Fae, and Fiends are forced back
banished.
to where they belong.
Wow. And cannot return. for
I don't
24
target our elemental, so.
Oh, good lord almighty. This veteran in front of you, Diana, dies instantly. The veteran behind the Specter dies instantly. The veteran next to the Fire Elemental, trapped in the tentacles, dies instantly. 30 hit points or fewer means blinded, deafened, and stunned for 1 hour. This veteran down here below, Callista, is all those. So blind. I'm just gonna put a bunch of things on it.
He's like, oh!
There. It has everything. This one down, this one down here, also everything. They're in,
This is incredible.
that is a killer spell.
Well,
Now, if they have over 50 hit points, does that mean that nothing happens to them?
That's what it sounds like.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
say so, yeah.
It doesn't seem to have an effect on Marek or that guy in the plate mail.
Okay.
But it definitely cleaned house. The little minion guys have been cleared out as they just like
Yeah.
gurgle and slam to the ground after this divine word. You also have your action left.
Yes. Since I wanted to make that spell discreetly, so that way it doesn't look like Lucian, the captive, is attacking his friends, should I make some type of sleight of hand or?
Sure. Go ahead. Make a sleight of hand check.
Hell yeah!
They think
What?
they
You're friendly. You're friendly.
yeah, they think Molfin did it.
Just one more forcibly putting on Molfin.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. You still have your action.
Definitely hit stealth. However, it's the same modifier.
Yeah. I'm going with your
Yeah.
first roll. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. And for my action, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna chill. I think I'm just chilling.
Okay.
I think I'm just.
That was a good.
That was a
that
really
a
good
really
round, really good
bonus action
turn.
down.
Jeez.
At the end of Diana's turn, Marek is going to spend his last legendary action for this round. To actually, he's not. That brings us to a veteran, and that veteran is everything. Can't see, can't hear, stunned, just sits there. Because I think that's all he can do. Do they get to? I don't. It says for 1 hour, but it doesn't say anything about repeating
There's
a
no
saving
save.
throw.
There's no
So,
save. It's just for that.
For
time.
an hour, that guy just lays there.
Well, okay.
Just laying in the fire. He doesn't move.
He can't.
He's stunned.
Oops.
Oh no!
He can't do anything. He's just there.
Okay.
Okay, this prone guy, now, if they start their turn in your fire, Callista, do they make the save at the beginning or at the end of their turn?
That's up to you, because all it says is if the area around them is flammable, it bursts into flames.
Okay.
So if that's up to you on how you want to rule that. If you want to say it's like 1d6 fire damage each turn, or
this guy,
what you wanna do.
this guy is rolling out of this because he's not going to sit there and get burned up. His horse has already been taken from him. He's laying there on top of a burning horse. Stands up with half his movement. He can move out of your flames to here, and it's going to take just a wild shot. I'm going to give it disadvantage because of all the trees in the way. Going to take a wild shot at Lachlan.
All right.
So here comes a heavy crossbow with disadvantage. Going to hit the tree. Misses.
Okay.
And that's all he can do. And that brings us up to you, Lachlan, at the top of the round.
In response, I pull out the oath bow, pull out a poison arrow, and I'm gonna fling one at him.
Gotcha.
See who's the better
Likewise, I'm also going to give you disadvantage because you have to fire through the trees as well.
Gotcha. Fair enough. So I am doing this oath bow. Ooh, I'm doing it right. Oh, I have to do disadvantage. Okay, so the 18 is my disadvantage.
18 still hits.
Excellent. And I only get a poison arrow added to this thing, so that would be 12 damage.
12 damage? Okay, yeah, you strike him with the arrow in the shoulder. He teeters back. He looks like he's scorched and smoking from all the fire and burns. Stumbles back a little bit, but is still standing.
Try harder next time. End turn.
Okay. Feels the burn of that poison going into his bloodstream as well. End turn. Marek is up. So at the start of his turn, he gets all his legendary actions back. And he is going to just keep wailing on this earth elemental here.
Sure.
So he's going to do another... he can do this on pretty much every one of his attacks. He's going to lead off with a booming blade. Ouch!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that slams for 12 slashing, non-magical, but the 5 thunder on top of that.
So 16.
And 2 longsword swipes. That's probably going to hit for 12 slashing. And he's going to add that Eldritch Strike again, giving you disadvantage.
All right.
And the third and final strike is a 17.
Just hits.
Just hits you.
That's his AC.
14 slashing.
Okay. Got it.
And it's just going to shift out of where the flames are and just move over there.
Okay.
And that'll end his turn and bring us up to Molfin.
Okay, so... how is this individual looking?
Pretty hurt. Damaged.
And what about Armor Boy?
Armor Boy's looking pretty hurt too. It looks like he's caught his breath a little bit though after that cone of cold and is standing his ground, not sure what to do. He's kind of pulling up his short bow and trying to take shots out of this thing, but can't get through the cage.
Molfin is just going to concentrate for a second and think to the group. And Callista, these can die, right?
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about keeping them alive, but yeah,
Good enough for me.
fine.
And then Molfin is
I was
going
just
to...
thinking of maybe keeping one so we can figure out where the hell the other 2 are, but it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Molfin is going to reach out and fire off a small, thin green beam at Marek.
Ooh.
And cast Disintegrate.
Oh, God. Dexterity save.
And I'm going to burn my second portent.
Oh.
So he rolls a 13 and fails to save.
He's going to use his legendary resistance. to succeed instead.
Damn.
But it still takes half damage, correct?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh,
Nope.
it's a save?
Disintegrate doesn't.
Oh, doesn't do anything if he misses, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
So he like dodges,
Wait, really?
rolls out of the way as this green beam hits the ground, disintegrating some of the grass and area that it misses.
Huh. Molfen is going to then Misty Step down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just sort of stand behind the Specter,
Okay.
just sort of looking, just glaring.
Perfect. We've got another veteran who is basically laying. You know what? I'm gonna say, Kristy, go ahead and roll a d6, then roll another d6. Roll 2 separate d6s.
Sure.
I'm gonna say since these guys are laying in grass that's on fire, since they're just laying there, every round they're gonna take a d6 fire damage
Gotcha.
as they just lay there and get
3.
cooked.
5.
A 3 for this guy down here from the first one. Okay, got that. And a 5 for this guy because he can't move. He just stays there. And that brings us up to Silver Specter.
Oh, cool. Well, the Spectre is just basically there to kill people, so it has a hover speed or a fly speed of 50. So,
Can the Spectre get through the force cage?
well, I was going around it anyways because it has 50 feet.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even going to attempt it.
Gotcha.
So it's going to just go over there, basically just walk right through this individual, and it's going to attack the other one that's still alive.
You got it. Go ahead and make your attack.
This is at disadvantage, though. They're in sunlight, right?
Yes.
The trees aren't dense enough to make it to where it's...
So
okay.
it would be disadvantage, yes.
Oh, wait. I rolled twice. I accidentally clicked that twice. My bad.
It's okay. I only see one.
Okay, cool. Maybe it didn't roll twice.
Yeah, I see a 16 and a 20 for your rolls. Unfortunately, 16 is not enough to hit him as he dodges out of the way.
Dang.
Whoa. Nimble.
It was
Oh,
close.
there's a
Oh,
second.
there's a second
Yeah,
run.
it still would have been a 7, so yeah, you would have missed. Yeah.
1 second. I gotta check something. Because it adds to the attack roll. So it adds my charisma bonus to the attack roll. So it's +5 to...
Oh, if it's a +5 on that, then that's a 21 disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you hit then. Yes.
Okay, so 11 damage.
11 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
11 is enough to put him down.
And it can't... Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah. As your Spectre kind of reaches out, drains the life force, his eyes roll back into the back of his head, and he falls to the ground. Anything else your Spectre can do? I think that might be all he can do.
Yeah, I think that's all. I'm not even... Yeah, that's it. So...
Okay, so... Okay, I made my move. Earth Elemental.
Alright. Hitting Marek. $23.
Oh, yes. Murphy says, don't forget that, Mofin, you do have the Nat 20.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So don't forget, you have that resource. Ooh. That's against Marek?
Yep.
Yes, that hits.
First one.
Ouch.
Second one.
That hits.
That hits.
That hits. Oh, is he slamming down on him? Does he have anything he can do? Let me see. Gosh, he's got to have something. What's his armor class? 16. That won't help him. Jesus. Okay, he's starting to get real ticked off.
Uh-oh.
How much damage was that total?
27.
Ouch. 27 points of damage as this Earth Elemental keeps pummeling him. Yeah, he's starting to bleed and shows a little bit of a kind of like a droop in his stance as he's squaring off. I think he's going to go ahead and do this now at the end of that turn.
Uh-oh.
He's going to use 2 of his legendary actions to cast a spell.
Well, he can certainly try, but I'm going to try to counterspell it.
Yes.
That's why I got closer.
He tries to cast a spell. As he tries to cast a 2nd level spell that is immediately counterspelled. You don't have to roll because it's under the level that he was trying to cast. He was trying to cast a mirror image. But unfortunately, that doesn't take place, and he is very frustrated. Bringing us to Callista.
Perfect. Because guess who can enter the force cage? Because I can get into like an end small, like I can get in real tight. I'm good.
Does that work?
Yep.
Matthew? According
as long
to
as she can get into spaces smaller than an inch, yeah, it's only a half-inch gap.
She can. Yep, she can just go right through it. Like it's almost like
she's fire.
Yeah, she's just fire. She just goes right in through it.
And I'm going to stand in the blue flames because they don't affect me. So I'm going to flank.
You're flanking. I will give you flanking on Marek, but not on the other guy.
Yeah. I'm going for Marek.
Yeah.
I don't care about the other guy.
Who are you anyway?
Yeah, I kind of just smirk at Marek and reach to punch him. Natural 20.
Yes.
Callista, you're getting your revenge, honey.
10 plus 6.
24.
24 will hit as well. Ouch.
And he is now on fire.
And on fire.
So the start of his turn, he will take a D10.
D10, he's on fire.
Yep, he's on fire.
Just put a red marker on there. He's on fire. He's on fire. Does that end your turn, Callista?
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh. Okay. At the end of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action of this round. He can use one action to move without provoking opportunity attacks. So he's actually going to shift over here and get out of that. He bumps into the wall, obviously, so he can't get out of there, but he's going to shift out from being flanked into that corner, bringing us to silver.
Okay. So I can see inside this cage, right?
You can see, but it's difficult to see. I mean, it's like, think about like half-inch gaps between bars.
Can I see this space?
Yeah, you can see that space.
It's invisible.
Okay.
Oh, it's invisible, so you can see through it. Yeah.
Okay.
But there
Well,
are
then I'm gonna
bars
use
there that are...
My bonus action to teleport to the nearest space to my target.
Don't you
have to make a charisma save.
You still,
Is that going in? I thought that was just exiting.
Yeah, that might be a good rule to look up. That might affect it.
Can you willingly jail yourself?
Yeah, can you? That's right. Can you willingly go behind bars?
A creature inside can't leave by non-magical means. Creature tries to teleport or to leave the cage, it must make a charisma saving throw.
It doesn't say anything about going into it, does it?
No, it does not.
You can do it then.
Okay. I'm
Smart.
I'm going to attack twice the armored individual.
Okay, the armored individual. And you are flanking with Callista.
Cool.
So you have advantage.
Alright, he's my curse target.
He is.
Did that work? There we go. 25 to hit on the first one.
That hits.
21 points of damage. This is all considered magical, and 5 of that is necrotic.
Gotcha. 21 points. Okay.
Second one. 28.
That hits.
24.
24 points.
5 is necrotic.
Okay, you slam into him with. Is this your double-bladed, spinning your double-bladed scimitar, slamming into him? The energy kind of seems to erupt from him as these strikes are true. He drops his short bow and gets his sword, and he tries to block you and parry your attacks, but he's just too slow with all that armor on. As you make these impacts. Anything else?
Perfect. Nope. I'm just gonna stay there.
All right, it's actually his turn next. So he's gonna try to answer.
Okay.
And basically he's just looking at you with complete rage now that you're just smacking. He's not caring about the giant mass of fire, like burning heat on his back. And he can make 3 attacks with his greatsword.
Okay.
So he's gonna swipe at you 3 times.
16 is the armor class.
That's a 27.
Yeah.
I'll do all 3 attacks first, and then we'll do damage. Only a 13 that time. Oh, but they are flanking you.
Oh, true.
So
yeah.
19 is gonna hit.
Yep, that hits. Yep.
And that one misses. You dodge that one. So let's see. First attack does. Oh, I get it. They have a feature that adds damage.
Okay.
Wait. You ignore that 2 extra slashing because he has less than half of his hit points.
Okay. So I just take 13?
You take 13 on the first, and then another gash, you do it gets 14 slashing on that one. And that is all he's really focused on, is doing that, bringing us to Diana's turn.
So, my little Roll20 doesn't show me what exactly is touch and what the range of things is. Oh, damn, I was hoping that would. Well, I would like to cure wounds, our new friend Silver, if that is possible.
You can get to him.
Like stick your finger through the food.
Okay, if it's not okay, so that one's touch. So then, if healing word isn't touch, then I'll do healing word.
Kristy, you're muted.
Healing word's not touch, so you're good.
It's 60.
Okay, then I cast healing word instead.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to do that. It's just that this thing doesn't expand like PC does. So I have to literally put it in before I can see what exactly it does.
Healing word, you're casting at a higher level. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I cast it at level 2.
So 13, and that's going to Silver?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and I believe healing word is a bonus action.
It is.
So you still have movement and an action.
Indeed. This is the hard part, is I always think of all of these cool things, and they turn out to be bonus actions, and then I'm like, what the heck? I have to think of something else now.
You should have some cantrips, don't you have Sacred Flame, or...
I do have cantrips. Can I use a spell and then use a spell cantrip?
Yeah, you can do a cantrip.
If it's a bonus action, yeah. Your cantrips are good.
None of my cantrips are really all that powerful. I guess I'm good. I think I might want to move, I'll just dash and move 60 feet around the fire to kind of get closer to that person who was in a cart, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do you have control of the token? Do you want to move her where you want her to go? So if you're dashing, you can move 60 feet.
I have control.
Okay. Cool. I will take us then to this next veteran who is... Go and roll a d6 for me, Kristy. Just laying in fire. I'm not gonna do that roll on the other guys who are standing on the burning grass, because I'm kind of I'm thinking it's just like little flames kind of flickering.
Right, it's just flames, so they're not getting.
Yeah, but these guys cannot move for an hour. They're just cooking.
Yeah.
So so 3 points of additional fire damage, and that ends his turn.
Yeah.
Bring us to the top of the round with Lachlan again.
All right. How much? I'm gonna climb down the tree with my spider gloves. How much movement is that to climb down the tree?
I'll say half your movement.
Cool. Alrighty,
Mhm.
so then I can go 5, 10. Then I'm gonna I'll do cunning action dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's my movement, right? This way.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I'll use my movement to get a little closer to the action, or sorry, my action. 5, 10. Just want to be in here. End turn.
Okay, perfect. So Lachlan is charging up to everything that's going on, bringing us to Marek, who gets all of his legendary actions back. He is on fire, so I believe he takes a D10 at the start of his turn.
Yep. 2.
2 points of damage. Okay. He takes 2 points of damage. He does not like being on fire, as most people wouldn't. What's he going to do? He's going to use his action to begin casting a spell.
I don't have a reaction yet. It hasn't got back to my turn, so.
Woohoo!
Finally!
That was wholesome.
I was just waiting for somebody to say something.
I didn't.
But
take
I gave you a couple of
counter
seconds. I'm like, oh, he doesn't realize that I don't have my reaction.
He's going to cast haste on himself.
Ooh.
Gonna bump his AC.
It bumps his AC up by 2. So it plus 2 on his armor class. He has advantage on dexterity saving throws. Advantage to dex. And he also gets like an additional action. Only to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use object. Got it. So on the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn. So he casts haste. This is action. He is going to use his bonus action to second wind and regain 19 hit points as he takes a deep breath. Gets another surge of energy. And I think I can do this now. Let me double check the rule. Make sure I'm being fair. He's going to use Action Surge, which gives him an additional action this turn. So basically, he's going to have 4 attacks coming in. Because I think I can only make 1 extra attack with the haste, I believe is the way it works.
Yeah.
So he's going to fire away and try to crush this earth elemental to get rid of it.
All right.
Even though he's on fire, he don't care. He's going to try it anyway. So the first shot is the booming... Actually, it wouldn't be booming... Yeah, it would be booming blade. Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait. I think booming blade is a bonus action to add to it. I'll have to double check on that. But he's just going to make longsword attacks. A natural 1.
Nah.
Misses. A 24.
Yep.
20?
Yep.
28.
Yep.
Okay, so here comes 3 damages. 13 slashing. 14 slashing. 15 slashing. As he just goes ape, starts going with this sword slashing violently at the earth elemental.
Alright.
That ends his turn.
Still up.
Still up. Molpin, you're up.
Jeez.
So how are these 2 goobs in the cage looking?
Pretty rough. One's on fire. The other one is just like going into a mad fit of rage against your dragonborn friend. Just whipping this massive greatsword around, trying to make contact with him as much as possible. The earth elemental looks pretty chipped up and cracked.
Okay. I know why the... You know, why the hell not? Molfen is going to look in, and I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm hoping to do, and you tell me whether or not it's possible.
Okay.
As I know it's going to mean a rough landing. Ooh, actually, before that.
Kevlin in chat. Slow grass roasted flesh. I love it, Kevlin. Extra crispy. Oh, you guys, I tell you.
Okay, so Molfen's feeling a little better. So what I'm hoping to be able to do is, can I Misty Step into the cage above Marek? I'm looking to just sort of fall down on him. I don't know where I'm going to end up given the whole cluster that's right there.
You can. He's technically on fire.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Molfen's going to Misty Step to the top of the cage right above him. Two-hand with the quarterstaff. Bring it down on the top of his head.
Okay. Sure.
And I'm going to burn the nat 20.
Oh,
I knew it.
Wow.
vicious. So we're going to take that nat 20 off of there. Oh, vicious. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your damage. But also at the same token, Kristy, I want you to roll a d6 because Molfen's going to take that much fire damage.
Okay.
Okay, so it is
1 point of fire damage.
Oh.
Okay, so it is 2d8 for the two-handed strike, plus 5, plus...
He's got his calculator out.
Plus 4d8 cold
Area
damage.
7.
So
You see? You see? What was that from The Mask with Jim Carrey? You remember?
Yeah, you're right.
30 points of damage.
So, 13 points of bludgeoning damage and 17 points of cold damage.
Ouch. Yes. That is brutal.
And then I have no idea where the hell Molfen is going to end up as he just sort of crashes.
Yeah,
and...
you're kind of right in between Marek and the Earth Elemental, kind of like in that only little open spot right there where you can see the M of Marek. Yeah, that's there. That's where you end up kind of like getting squeezed in as you fall, burning your hand a little bit on the burning clothing of Marek. Anything else, Molfen?
Nope, because that was bonus action to get in there, so...
Okay, I need another d6 as this burning flesh continues to cook out here.
2.
Roll a d6, roll a d6. Okay, Specter.
Well, it's not gonna, since this is also in like a tentacle thing, it's gonna go around and just attack this guy.
Oh, the guy just land there? Okay, yeah, you have advantage.
Well, okay, so it's a normal roll then, because it has disadvantage because of the...
Yeah, and I believe that if you hit, I believe it's a crit.
Guaranteed crit?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an auto crit.
I think it is, yes.
Well, I crit anyways.
You crit anyway. And
Tentacles are still up.
as your Specter reaches out and just rashes down and just rakes this guy, destroys him. He is dead.
Cool.
Things clean it up.
Cleaning up house.
It's gonna move back over here with its movement.
Okay.
And then it's just gonna sit there.
Okay.
Doesn't want to go in the tentacles.
You got it. That brings us back to the Earth Elemental.
Yeah. He is gonna hit Marek.
Hit Marek?
Yep. Because that's the only order I gave him.
25 hits. 15 bludgeoning.
18?
He's going to
Probably
use his
not.
reaction to
Okay.
hold up a hand. And when the Earth Elemental comes to crush down, there's this blue energy field that seems to stop the attack from going through.
Okay. That's its turn.
That's its turn. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Well, nope. He's concentrating on haste, so he can't do that. Can't do that either. Yeah. Callista, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to slink down into a small little calcifer flame and bound between everybody's legs to get up on the other side of Marek so I can flank.
Okay.
I think he can.
Reference.
I think the other guy can take an opportunity attack on me because I left his.
Oh yeah, the champion back there.
Yeah, I left his.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and take a swipe at you. A 16.
That hits.
You take 15 slashing as he tries to gash you with that great sword of his.
Okay. Let me just double check something. That's Callista, because I took damage. Oh, I'm fine. Earth Elemental's still under control.
Because there's a lot of natural 20s tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of green numbers.
The Callista's points in the story background right now. This is very on par for her. So she's going to... Yes, that is true, Diana. I am immune. So I'm going to hit him twice. 18 probably doesn't hit.
Deflects off the magical shield that he still has up from
Natural 20!
Oh. It's fitting. It is fitting. Go ahead and describe how he goes down.
So she actually does something similar as she did to Lucian. She reaches out and grabs his throat. And as she squeezes, she turns back into herself.
Okay.
And says, you know how I am.
You probably wouldn't be able to do that because of the
force cage. Damn it!
Yeah.
But I will just fucking squeeze exactly like my fire.
Yeah, and you watch the fire just like consumes him. As you go into this fit of rage, the blue and purple flames kind of licking all over him. You just hear him scream this awful, terrible, guttural scream as then it just dissipates into nothing. And then you have this limp, burning, fleshy form in your grasp.
I just turn and look at the other knight. That's my turn.
All right, perfect. Silver.
I'm just gonna grin at him since he attacked me last. You see the mist comes back into my blade, but then moves up to one of the blades and turns blue. I'm going to cast Vanishing Smite on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to attack this individual.
So that's Banishing Smite is a bonus action, correct? And then
yes, it's a bonus action to do.
Okay.
And I'm technically concentrating on it for a minute until I hit it. So.
Okay, you don't have to concentrate on the Specter, do you?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
So 19.
19 will hit.
Perfect.
That's the normal damage, right?
Yeah, and then 27 force. If he's still alive, if he gets below 50 HP, he's banished. So he goes away for a minute.
Go ahead and describe how you take him down, Silver.
Cool. Sure. I will just. He's got full plate armor. That doesn't matter. I'm just gonna swing the sword right through his face, and his head comes off.
A head just lands in the middle of this force cage, and his body just goes down onto the ground. Technically, we're still in combat. Technically, Diana.
Oh, yet she's still here.
So the only thing that's left is that one poor person who's burning in fire. Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Blinded and deafened.
I don't think Diana would do that.
Okay, I'm wondering if it's not a put him out of his misery kind of thing.
I mean,
Could be.
Oh, shoot. He's taking bludgeoning damage from the tentacles at the start of each turn.
Oh, he's dead.
oh, okay.
He's dead.
I think.
Thank you for saving
What
me
about
from
that guy? The
long
tentacles are
drum
slamming
fight.
him.
Oh, yeah.
There's no moral dilemma now.
Is he just like brutally murdered over there?
Starts his
well,
turn
he's
is already
stunned,
restrained.
deafened, and
Takes
blinded.
3d6 each turn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Ouch.
no.
Poor
horrible
guy.
You know,
Poor
I
guy.
We
am
were
at stand-in
over-prepared at this point.
I do need to do one thing.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
no.
I need to make one more charisma save
Ooh, for who?
for something that is happening right now.
Delphin, is he still in there?
Delphin is still in there, I bet. I forgot the guy was down
Does
there.
a
so when he said we were still
19
in-
do it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
What happened to Delphin?
I will remove
He's
all.
gone.
I'll
He
remove.
went
I'll
probably
remove
something.
all turns from the turn order. Sorry, I thought I saw my cat.
I forgot the guy was down there, so when he said we're still on initiative, I went, shit, Delphin's still in the cage.
Hey.
Quick thing, Michael, just in case this matters. I do have this at 14th level. I don't know if this will come into play or not. I am standing a bit away.
Oh,
Ooh, that's interesting to know. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that.
That's cool.
Blind
And
sense. That is insane, dude.
that's
Like a
so
bat.
cool. It's like echolocation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at your current location, you do not see or sense anything.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to take us out of combat and change our music. Do something a little bit more mellow. And you guys are out of encounter.
Would Molfin have heard him cast a spell? Was he invisible?
Hmm?
I'm assuming he was invisible then.
He was.
Would Molfin have heard him casting a spell?
Is Delphin a wizard or a sorcerer?
He's a wizard,
Oh, okay.
from what you guys know.
If he's sorcerer, he could do subtle spell. Oh, but don't earth elementals have tremor sense?
Yes.
They
So
they do, but the problem is there was a lot going on in that small space.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it'd be probably difficult to.
And he probably like yeeted himself out
hone-
like middle
and honestly,
of battle.
he wasn't moving too much. He only
Okay.
moved like once.
That's fair.
Molfin, I'm gonna say. Where is Molfin?
In the cage.
He's underneath the earth elemental.
Go ahead and make
Oh, yeah.
make a perception check, Molfin, and I'm gonna let this be a contested check.
Okay.
And I will let you know if you hear a spell being cast. You have to beat a 13. And what
That's
you
a
do,
15.
You hear a spell being cast about 10 feet behind you.
Molfin just scratches his head and just immediately casts Sending. You know, I didn't attack you at the start for a reason. Apparently it was a mistake. And that's it.
Okay.
Sending it to Delphin.
I think it's a Delphin? Okay. He still continues and finishes his spell.
Oh no, I just mean
Yeah.
once I was assuming he was already gone.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
ugh,
True.
can't seem to counter it, so
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
didn't think to turn on my see invisibility before the battle.
Oh, you had that too. Yeah, I forgot.
My true sight, as an
Yeah.
action, I can see invisibility within.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check, Molfin. Because I know you have some things that might pop up here.
Okay.
Okay. You have a sneaking suspicion that Delphin knows how to do a spell you know. that if certain parameters are met, it automatically helps him to avoid situations. Which is probably what helped him to escape in this current situation.
Always with their plans.
But yeah, now you're looking on in the chaos that is this battlefield. What would you guys like to do here?
I drop fire elemental and start controlling the flames to put them out.
Muffin, how long do I have to look like a beat up person?
Oh.
Well,
I want
it's
to be pretty.
quite amusing. Molfen will just use his action to release the spell.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
drop concentration on the tentacles, which are still flailing a corpse around.
They're like slamming it back and forth like Hulk with
Unfortunately, there is nothing Molfen can do about the force cage.
Yeah, Silver's just like walking around trying to find an exit.
Oh yes, yeah, Silver's
Just like,
trapped inside
oh
now.
crap!
Oh. Could we like dig under it?
Because he probably didn't even know it was there.
You can't go under
Oh, it
it?
has a floor?
Let me see.
Can't
Oh.
go over
Let's
it.
see here.
Have
If
to
it has a
go
floor,
around it.
yeah, he's stuck in there.
Well,
If it doesn't have a floor, he can dig you guys out.
It doesn't specify. All it says is that it's prison shaped in a cage can be up to 20 feet on each side.
Each side, that would
Each side,
constitute
so it'd
top
be-
and bottom, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, prison
Yeah.
cage can be up to 20 feet on a side.
Yeah.
So I would assume it would be like a solid box where people can't teleport out of it. If it had an open top or bottom, you could just
Right, yeah.
teleport through the empty space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just for
Anna,
last,
Anna.
Molfen is gonna try to Misty step out of it.
Okay. Make your
Yeah, Silver was gonna
The
hold
beat
out
is
his
down.
hand towards Molfen if he wanted to take his hand too.
oh yeah, don't you have like a?
Yeah, you can Misty Step. Can you Misty Step a person? Or does
Well, I
it
have
not-
Dimension Door.
Oh, Dimension Door, gotcha.
So Molfen's gonna try it first, and
So you're
I
going
need to nat 20. I need basically a 19 or a 20. Nope.
Nope. Molfen can't get out of his own cage.
It's like, can a deity create a rock that it can't lift?
Oh
That's
Look,
awesome.
I'm thrilled to hear you ask that question. It means you have finally accepted me as your Lord and Savior.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, Grants.
no! Wow.
I will hold out my hand towards Molfen. I can try and get us out.
Appreciate it. Molfen will reach up the hand of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
hand.
Oh.
I'm gonna try and do Dimension Door. I don't know if I need to make a check for him too, or
You have to make
can
a.
you make a check?
You just make
I don't know how
I'm
this
just-
works.
I think you just need to check for the spell.
charisma save is what you need to
Yeah.
do. And if you succeed, you can get
Oh,
a both
whoops.
out.
21.
Yes.
Hey,
You've
makes
pulled him out, dimension dooring
Nice.
out of the cage.
Now it's just the elemental.
Oh.
It's
Lovely. He
it's-
disappears in an hour. It's fine.
it's sad. He just sits there and slouches.
He did good.
bloody
You
hell,
did
I-
good.
Brad.
I give-
Good boy.
I give a good like hearty pat to Molfen on the back when we get outside.
Somewhat embarrassing. But I typically don't put myself in those things. Seems like
Definitely
you do
very
have some use to
interesting
you.
ability. I couldn't find the door, so I thought I'd just teleport out.
There is no door.
Oh, that makes more sense.
It is made to restrain people for up to an hour.
Definitely very useful.
Oh, the deck freeze. Okay.
No. Also, my Specter lasts until we take a long rest, so we have a Specter with us.
It's just like hanging out.
Until then, yep.
We're used to that, honestly.
Yeah.
Drinking a coffee, over taking a break.
So what you would notice is Muffin sitting there, like some of the, even what little you can see of his eyes and his own hand,
couple of like nicks and cuts. You watch as his body is just slowly starting to heal itself. Even just as he's standing there.
That's natural.
Silver's body actually kind of did the same thing when I killed the other guy. Because I gained 19 hit points back when I killed him. So.
Wow. I think Silver has a lot more in common with Molfin than meets the eye.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That sure was fun.
Yeah.
Haven't had a fight like that in a very long time.
Well, now we have to go hunt down a wizard.
And we still have to deal with Grandfather and Boris.
Oh, yes, thank you for saying that. Should I let him know we are displeased with his gift?
Yeah.
Molfin's going to cast Sending again to Old Man Horncrow.
Let him know that you know how Callista is.
Please stop sending these fools. Tired of killing them. You know how Callista gets. Can we finish this?
And you get a message back. Delphin was supposed to bring you here.
Molfin,
what
let me make sure I see that.
happened?
Okay. Molfin is going to make a factually true statement.
Uh-oh.
Because it's true in one version. Molfin will cast Sending again. Delphin decided to attack me. He struck first, then ran.
Factually, yes, I guess that's how things happened.
He attacked. Was just talking.
We were
to
trying to
Molfin.
restrain them. I didn't even get my Earth Element to attack. I got him to restrain.
Because all man is saying is he was sent to bring me.
You get a response back. What is it going to take to have you and Callista arrive here peacefully?
Molfin's going to look over at Callista. Well, apparently he wants us to go to him peacefully.
Unbelievable. Now it's believable.
Diana, can you make a perception check for me?
Gotcha. Give me just one moment. Uno momento, por favor.
Oh, by the way, I'm under the assumption that the horses drawing the carriage are all they all died too, because like Callista kind of overlapped them with the firestorm too, and they wouldn't have survived it.
Yeah.
Callista doesn't feel good about the horses.
29?
Oh,
Jeez.
Okay,
I'm so proud.
Marek.
I be perceiving.
Marek is laying in flames inside that force cage, and you notice his boots are not on fire, and they look pristine. even though the rest of him is engulfed in flame. His boots are not on fire.
Is there still a force field up?
Yep.
Yeah, for an hour.
For an hour.
Morphin, is it possible for you to drop that force field?
Unfortunately not. It is not a spell that requires concentration. It just is.
It
All
just
right, well,
it just
that makes
exists.
I mean, I
Well,
suppose I could attempt to dispel it.
that man has got some fancy boots that seem to be immune to flame, and I would like to see them.
Unfortunately, you will have to wait an hour. My cage is so powerful it cannot be dispelled.
Oof.
Your god has truly created a rock so large I cannot lift it.
What have I done?
So Silver just plops down and like puts his back up against the cage and he's just sitting there now, resting.
Yeah.
Wolfen
wants
Misty
us to
steps and is
get-
laying on the top of it.
Everybody's just waiting for this cage.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, we
So-
can fast forward an hour if you guys want to, and have the cage be.
Callisto was
Disperse.
just going to say, clearly he wants us to get into Waterdeep, so if we accost the noble, him as a noble, or Boris in any way, we're screwed.
Correct. Which means if it is to be something of that nature, the only one who could attack would be me. He'd be handicapping the rest of you, as you have your public personas to worry about.
Well, I don't really. The only thing I care about is the City of the Dead.
Right, and if you're
What
public
hap-
enemy number 2 just under me, you will not be able to get there.
What happens if nobles fight other nobles? Sorry.
One would
Are you-
assume they probably hire people to do it and don't deal with it themselves.
I don't actually know about noble versus noble quarrels. I don't know.
I'm just saying, we posed as nobles once before. It wouldn't be that hard for us to pose as nobles again.
Well, I
Bring
mean,
Callista
technically,
with us.
Well, I think one person around here.
And if you guys remember,
Technically, I
Technically, Callista,
am.
you yourself are a noble, since your
Right.
mother and
you guys would actually know this because you had those books from the Horncrows. Remember, there was that one book that said that they basically got another family like ousted from Daggerford. Like, that's how nobles fight each other. They basically blackmail each other until one of them loses their status, and then they're not noble anymore, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's all about their social status and their wealth, and that's how nobles fight each other.
Right.
so if one noble just like smacks the mess out of another, it's like,
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
You probably strangle a poor person.
That takes care of grandfather. That doesn't take care of Boris for me. I need him out of the city.
I mean, Lucian was supposed to be the lore, but now they don't seem to consider Lucian a very good lore.
No, so we're going to go back to the house and take his head with us.
Lucian's head?
Yes, take it off his body.
I thought that we left it over there. I thought that we hid the body.
Yes, we left it over with all the rubble outside of our home.
Oh, alright.
Go over there.
Seems legit.
Alright.
We
How
have
about these
young
ones?
big fellow with his sword lop the thing off, where Ashland's off taking care of the griffins.
I don't know if this will help, but I also have this letter, and I pull out a letter in my backpack from my father. He's a really well-known leather worker in Silvery Moon. I have a letter of introduction from him. I don't know if that will help at all, but he's well known there.
Have you been to Waterdeep before? Are
I
you
passed
familiar
through
with-
looking for my friend.
There are nobles there. This individual we need to go see is at the home of one of the nobles that...
Ah, damn it, I forgot he was at his home. I still have to deal with them too.
Right, and, well, considering Ashlyn was technically pardoned for
Ashlyn was
kicking him
part
in
of
the
it.
head.
Right.
They still
That's
want
right.
me dead for it, but that's probably because I summoned a wraith in the middle of the city of the dead and created a panic.
Allegedly.
Oh no, I am completely guilty of it. I know God's here.
So as you guys are here contemplating, the force cage does eventually come down, and you guys are able to pull the boots off of Marek. Diana,
I
these
steal his shoes.
with your you can take his shoes. You spend probably a short
Okay.
rest with them to discover that he was wearing something called boots of speed.
Oh, God.
But the problem is he was trapped in a cage, so he couldn't really use them all that much. So there's what boots of speed do in the chat. So if anybody, I don't know if they would be of assistance to anybody, but they are there and they can be utilized by anyone. I can't remember if I don't think they are attuned items. I cannot remember offhand, but you might be able to check D&D Beyond and it might be able to tell you exactly. I forgot to copy and paste that over into the Roll20. The rest of
Looks
his...
like it does.
It does require attunement. Yeah. The rest of his equipment doesn't seem to be magical. He did have a long sword and a short sword on him. And of course, there's all the other equipment laying around from all the other guys. If you have a need for any of that sort of thing.
And you said the knight-looking guy was like the same family emblems as the ones that attacked Ashlyn's home?
No, the one she punched for back-talking,
Oh,
the
the one
gauntlet
she
guy.
Oh, God, the gauntlet
Yeah,
guy. Okay,
the
gotcha.
Massillon family.
Gotcha.
And you've determined
Massillon.
that is where your grandfather
is staying
probably
right now.
staying based on the scrying that Molfin did. Because he doesn't have a home in Waterdeep.
Right.
So he's probably, while this is taking place, he's probably staying there. And that guy that Silver was fighting looks like came from those individuals, that family. But as you guys are doing this, Silver, you kind of take a moment, you're relaxing, the force cage is off, you're standing there. You take a glance towards Waterdeep, then you start looking at all of your new companions that you've been hanging out with. And all of a sudden, that draconic voice echoes in your mind. And it says these things. Aid. Power. Freedom. Corruption. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Kindred Lists.
What?